I'm gonna start
Anthony
recording.
As he's fading away.
Anthony broke the streaming platforms.
But yeah, that's why we added a couple more extra players. That way we didn't have to stop when you unreliable sorts.
Look, you know I have
We're
a
no
time
longer
limit
around.
today.
I know, I'm fucking with you.
Nah, we get it.
All right, here's
I just like to play on your emotions.
Insecurities?
Yeah.
I know.
We're gonna fuck with you every time you abandon us, though.
There you go. There's my health for next level.
Yeah, go ahead and level up.
It's
at your leisure.
average.
All right, I'll probably have to do it in a bit later. Especially since my mind's a little muddied.
Yeah.
Who knows? I might even just
Alright.
like tell my players right now, like, or my next game, like, grab, like, I can't even form sentences.
Yeah.
Man, these are some good pills.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna have to get some of these from later.
I'm like, man, these are great, man. All right, guys, take care.
Take care of yourself.
All right.
Anyone want a quick break?
I could use a little break to get something to eat. A little snack.
Yeah.
Over to press on.
Everyone else?
Do you mind if I work on my leveling up stuff in the meantime?
Oh yeah, it's a good time to do that too.
So I was gonna ask. It says for my new cloak, if you are out of use of your wild shape, you can take a short rest to regain one use of it. But I already regained it.
Oh, yeah, you already get them both back from a short rest.
Yeah,
it's a short rest thing. Which really does make it quite strong on a caster that already has, But yeah. We'll give him an extra charge. There you go.
So I was gonna ask him.
I rolled a
Nice. Finally. 11, but not bad, right?
good.
Yeah.
It was
Hallelujah.
it was a D10 that I rolled.
All right, I'll be back in a bit.
Oh, right, because you're taking a level fighter. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can fly!
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Access to flying creatures now.
And your ASI, which is always good.
9.
I'm probably just gonna. I want something cooler, but I'm probably just gonna take.
We'll make it 3 uses instead. Mordred.
Yeah, let's go.
90.
So it'll just give you a big strip of so I got this from a I believe it was 3rd edition book of magic items. And I entered it for 5e but I missed something, I guess.
I have 93 HP.
Hell yeah. Feels good, right? So you get 12 for your Dwarf and an additional 2 tough, so 14
Yeah.
points.
13 altogether.
Stuff 1 hit point or 2 as well.
Tough is 2 per level. So
You get 1 from health or
yeah,
total. That's 14.
13. 11 plus 1 equals 12. Plus 2 equals 14. Yeah. Great.
Plus 2.
Yeah. Do you know why I'm thinking that? Because I had 79 hit points before. And I'm looking at 93 right now.
Yeah, so you'd be up to 91? I don't know. I can't math.
90. It was 90 just from the Constitution and the hit roll. Then +1 for the resilience. Then +2, which is 3. So 93.
Yeah. Alright. But yeah, you get an ability score improvement. Well, not you, because you took a level fighter, you get your fighter subclass.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, if they don't
It
multiclass,
was-
get a level in ASI. Ability
Which
score
I got
was
or feats.
extra level 4 slot too.
which is gonna be homebrew subclass that's made.
Not master.
Wrong game.
I get a D8, right?
Yes,
For my
sir.
health.
And if you click the hit dice, it'll roll it automatically for it, but that'll work too.
I was like,
You get max,
uh,
so 8 hit points plus your constitution modifier.
11. Ooh, I'm up to 70.
Not bad, not bad.
If you bring a skill up to 20, does it go to +5?
Yes.
Yes.
Damn, I could have 20 AC.
What you taking, Viridian?
Oh, I don't know. I'm deciding if I want to take a feat or just go for the capping out my dex.
Oh, can I take a feat too? Instead of doing the building?
Yep.
I get a bonus preference.
Uh-oh, did Fade's power go out? Oh. He said internet went cut out. Not certain if he'll be back.
Okay, when you choose this archetype, you can proficiency in wisdom, saving throws,
Mm-hmm.
or if you're already proficiency.
Hey, there he is.
Really gain proficiency. Yeah. Oh, that's 6th level that I get expertise.
Yes. 6th
So,
level
animal.
in the fighter subclass.
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. So, animal handling it is then.
Yep.
Because I'm already proficient in nature and survival.
Mm-hmm.
The hunt masters.
Now, did you say you allow opportunity attacks with ranged weapons?
If you have the crossbow expert feat. Yes.
Ah, right. Because Opportunist does seem very good for me, but
What does...
yeah, I got another ASI in 2 levels. I think I'll just take the dex now.
Was... Those dances have a... Do they have a limited use on them?
They do.
Hello?
They have a recharge of a 5 or 6 on a d6. Hello, Fade.
Hey, so I missed a bit. My internet cut right as we were saying bye to JM.
Ah.
Oh, well, you're in luck. We decided to take a break.
Yeah, we decided to get some snacks, so you really didn't miss anything. We were leveling up, though.
Okay.
We were resolving that right quick while we were taking a break.
Yeah, no, because basically as we were saying bye to JM, my internet cut, and I tried to message you. My message that only just went through now.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I got my power back on my phone. My PC took a second longer, so I was trying to connect on my phone, and then my computer finally booted up. Because I live in the middle of nowhere, and no data out here.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So when I'm dead, I literally can do nothing.
Yep, but feel free to resolve your level up, my friend.
What am I doing for a level up?
Should be ASI or feat if you're sticking with Sorcerer.
Yeah. The question isn't
I figured, but
yeah, it's what the fuck am I doing? No, okay, I'm taking the ASI. I need my charisma up.
Yeah.
I'm boosting that to an 18.
As a bonus.
Or wait a second. How much is?
Oh well, yeah. You were only at a 16. Yeah, you need that then.
Yeah, it's kind of it right there. Yeah, I'm going straight to an 18.
Yep.
As much as I would love to take a feat or something, I need the stats.
Agreed.
So, the 2 stances I chose was the Scout stance and the Worldin stance.
Yep, I figured.
Oh yeah, you were going fighter for the. Yeah, that's okay. Cool. Okay, so now I've got a plus 11 to stealth, and advantage on hiding.
How the fuck did you get a plus 11? What?
Expertise.
Isn't that a level 6? Why is that? Why are you?
Well, okay. I have twice my proficiency bonus.
Yeah. So
that's 6, and then I have plus 5 from having 20 dexterity.
Oh, I see you rounded off 20. Okay, sorry, I missed that. And I thought you were saying you took expertise just now, and I'm like, how the fuck do you do that?
No, I already have.
I might take a Warcaster feat.
Always a good one.
Mm-hmm.
What spells do you have that only target? Oh, the con saves or
no, his would be concentration checks because Druid comes with a fuck ton of concentration spells.
If you can keep that fairy fire up more, I mean, we're all for that.
Honestly, fairy fire, healing spirit, call lightning.
Resilient.
Call lightning is good.
Resilient constitution's a good secondary option as well.
Yeah.
To get that proficiency bonus for your con saves on concentration checks.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have your wisdom maxed out yet, do you, though?
18. Say when my dex is 18.
18 is not bad. It's if you have below an 18, you want to bump it to that. Which is why I kind of had to.
Well, it makes me hit more accurately. It gives me one more.
I had a really nice average stat line, but there was also only average stat line. There was no heights, there was no lows. In fact, I think my highest thing was like a 15. I think everything else I actually had to manually raise higher.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm free now. I can start working on other stats.
My highest stat is 15.
Wait, what's your wisdom?
My wisdom?
Or yeah, did you say your wisdom was?
No, his highest.
No, that's my
Oh,
highest.
his highest was right. I think mine was 2, but I got 2 of them.
By the time we actually had made characters and started playing them, I had 3 16s, 12, 13, 14. So even spread, but no.
Maybe I had a
nice highs.
16, a 15, and then nothing really impressive after that.
Yeah. Alright, but I'm back. So just a heads up for in case it happens again. For whatever reason, as of late, I've had occasionally my internet will drop for no reason. However, the longest I've had it happen so far is about 15 minutes.
Gotcha.
So I will return, but because Discord fails to tell when I'm actually here or not, if I'm not responding and not muted, that's probably my internet got cut.
Yep.
What do I need? I need a health roll, right?
Yep. And see if you get an additional cantrip or spell known.
I will double check that.
If it's
Yes, I
level
believe I do
10.
get another. I do believe I get another spell, but I don't think I can. Anyway, health roll. I'll do that again.
Yeah, he gets another spell,
No.
no new cantrips.
Oh no, I just have to roll it. Right. 6, because that's pain. I'll take it.
I got it. It's the average.
4 plus your con.
Yeah. I've got a 3 plus con, so not horrible. 58 hit points for me. Moving up in the world. Hey, Mike, what's your hit points at?
Total?
Yeah.
93.
Yeah, you're not doing too bad. All right, because you took like tough feat, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tough feet plus the dwarven
Resilience.
resilience.
Yeah. Okay, so I get another 4th level spell slot, which is always fucking nice. And then I get to learn a spell. What the fuck do I want to learn today?
So the damage for that final blast of the creature was equal to the number of hit points he regained throughout the fight,
Oh, that would have been very bad if he'd gotten any more, basically.
which was 70.
Anthony would have been dead.
Well, no, he said the ability couldn't outright kill.
Yeah, that was to balance it, dealing so high of a damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was essentially kind of the harm spell, but it can drop you to 0 instead of just 1.
So what would have happened if everybody was knocked down from it?
Just saving throws all around for whoever gets up first. Try and stabilize your friends who are dying.
Yep.
Which,
If you're lucky, wake up 1d4 hours later, I think.
Yep.
Hopefully before Evanessa.
In other words, it was
which
very
Evanessa,
beneficial.
Nat 20 to her second death save, so...
Yeah, it was very beneficial that I was awake and actually out of the room.
hey,
Yep.
at least I was at least stable.
Yeah, but if she was awake and we were just stable, she would have killed us all.
Oh,
I
yeah.
believe.
Yes, she would have.
So the fact that I was out of the room probably saved our lives.
Do you have any damage types that you favor? I think you have at least one, right? Yeah.
Fire and cold.
Fire and cold.
Considering we leveled up,
Considering damage.
I was missing 1 hit dice before. After we took the long rest, do I get the fire hit dice?
Yeah, because you've already
Yeah,
rested
we've had a
since
lot of
you-
long rests here.
It's been like 6 days, hasn't it?
It's been
a few,
bunch.
at least, yeah.
Of travel?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 in the tunnel.
No, yeah, that adds up. 5 sounds right. I could just take Dimension Door. That's a good one.
Wait, how many days? We only took one long rest, right?
No.
No. What?
You've
We
taken
just didn't
6.
we didn't expend any resources, so we didn't keep saying that.
Oh, you probably could have gotten better spells in your ring. If you wanted more healing words.
Yeah, I did ask if there was anything anyone wanted to prep or plan out before they.
Yeah. No.
So.
Wait, so
What? What do you say? What'd you say, Viridian?
Hello? I said you could have gotten more healing words if you wanted more healing words than healing
Than cure wounds.
than cure wounds.
So-
yeah.
Yeah, I probably do want 2 healing words and 1 cure wounds.
before we went down into the tunnel,
Yeah,
it was 5 days.
correct. And it's been an additional 6.
Okay.
Oh, you said I was only a few days away from the werewolf thing.
Uh huh.
Oh.
We'll get to that.
It might be tomorrow. We don't know yet.
It's actually
Ooh,
today.
well, oh, exciting.
We just reached the day.
Oh, and I actually have a great in for my replacement character if it goes wrong.
That's a fantastic way to come into that.
Turn into a direwolf. Copy.
Now, listen here. I only have a +1 to my wisdom save. I have advantage on this, but it's still real iffy. So, you know.
I can give you resistance.
It
I
lasts a minute, so you'll have to
Sure?
cast that all day.
You wouldn't know.
if I start feeling a little wolfish, you can cast it on me. And, you know, growing hair in weird places, craving raw steaks, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Hell,
Oh, I want a raw steak now.
I don't usually like taking this. I don't
What
know
is
what to
it?
take. Debating between spells.
I mean, there's some that are just always good to have on hand. You got your Dimension Door. You already have Polymorph. You were the one that casted
Yes.
that, right?
Yes, I've been the one that's I think I'm the only one that's cast it. Currently, I'm debating between things like Banishment and Counterspell.
Oh, Counterspell is good.
It is under consideration.
We are also pretty flush with cash, so if you wanted to do Stone Skin, you could probably afford the materials for it. And,
I
you know,
could,
it
but-
goes well with the Gargoyle thing.
Yeah. This is true.
Just let me know when everybody's wrapped up, and I'll continue.
Oh, someone was using Detect Magic earlier. Are we seeing the magic just on the cave walls, or in the space in between as well?
100% of the area.
Okay, maybe don't take Dimension Door right now.
Yeah, I could take it.
As far as the, you can't see past the dome, so you don't know about the inside of Kyseri, but
Yeah.
at least in this
What color
tunnel,
is the dome?
a solid blue, so it kind
I
of
thought it was
clashes
orange.
with the detect magic.
Okay.
What was?
If you really want Dimension Door, I will reveal the answer, so you don't feel like you wasted it or not.
Nah, I'm gonna take Banishment.
Okay.
What was?
Great if it works.
It's an all or nothing thing, but go for it.
Oh wait, I think I get a spell. Hold on, let me check.
You might.
I think I get a free one too. I get to pick from anywhere.
Yes, level 8. You should get one that
It's
isn't restricted.
8 or 9th. Couldn't remember.
I think it's 8.
Spells known, level 8. Yeah, one more spell.
Yeah.
Yep, it is 8.
Let me just double check.
The spells you learn at 8th, 14th, and 20th can come from any school.
Come from any school. All right. Wow, what do I want? Oh, there's a lot of seconds. All right. I guess I can also replace one if it's all underperforming. If something's just not, I could pick up shield. Shield's very good.
It is. Though I didn't get a chance to use mine because Des rolls too well. Fuck you, Des.
Sorry, buddy.
Well, my AC is a little better than yours, I think.
Mine's now 17.
19.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah, see, I don't gain the benefit of armor.
Plus,
Actually, the fact that I have any armor class at all is more impressive.
Yeah. Rope trick is fun. Don't know if it's the one, but it's
I
fun.
like rope trick. I've robbed a bank with
Free
rope
short
trick.
rest. How did you rob a bank with rope trick?
Turned invisible, went inside a bank, waited for them to open a door, snuck in to the back rooms with, as they were opening doors, following the employees, getting into a vault when they opened it with invisibility. Rope tricking when it was close to closing time, waiting for everybody to leave, and the next morning, went invisible, they opened the vault, and I left.
he does.
Oh,
Is there a way to add the movement speed
No.
as a modifier?
No. There's only one place to track it, sadly.
Levitate
Okay.
would be good for an archer.
You have a floating broom.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Just thought you should be aware of that.
No, thank you for reminding me. Completely spaced on one of my coolest things.
It's something you should probably be aware of.
Mm-hmm.
So I can have 2 more spells prepared since I upgraded my wisdom to 20 since I've taken a feat and
Correct.
I leveled up.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, fuck you, prepared caster.
Ha ha ha.
All I get is
It is so nice.
Known
it's
caster's
just a
pain.
that I get at 3rd level fighter.
Cries and known caster.
You get your subclass, that's it.
Yeah, okay.
Des mentioned some magical tattoos. You can get extra spells at least, so maybe you can get someone to chisel those into your stony skin. And
Ah, yes, 'cause that sounds so appealing.
I mean, it's the gargoyle version of a tattoo. I think getting something chiseled in.
Tasha's Mind Whip and Vortex Warp would be terrible options for you.
Oh, Vortex Warp is nice.
And Tasha's Mind Grip is also excellent.
My int isn't great.
Suggestion. It's okay. Shadow Blade, if you wanted a extra damaging option, but
I would imagine it's good down here. That's better for someone who attacks multiple times, though.
yeah, true. Ray of Enfeeblement.
I honestly almost chose that for Frederick.
Misty Step. It's always good.
Yeah, Misty Step is on the short list.
I'm actually surprised you don't have that already.
Locate Object. Knock.
The reason why I didn't...
It's very
Knock,
loud,
if
though.
you fail with thieves,
Yeah.
well, knock is if you fail with thieves tools. It's saying I'm getting in regardless of what this is.
The reason why I didn't pick Ray of Enfeeblement with Frederick is
Enhance
it's another
ability.
concentration spell.
Enhance ability. Earthbind.
Oh, I hadn't realized that you could use Knock to get out of manacles. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. Blur, perhaps. Arcane Lock. Alter Self. Eh. Some good options. Second
I've
level.
got Disguise Stealth. I think that does most of what Alter Stealth does for me. Though it does... I mean, I did give up my cloak, so...
Alter Self is it holds up to physical, changes. Because it's physically altering your body instead of just illusionary altering.
True, but it depends whether or not that's going to come up.
Yeah, it's what you make of it.
Alright, next level we get the proficiency bonus increase. Oh, I forgot to upgrade my sorcerer points. That's what I knew I was forgetting fucking something.
Next level up with Mike, I'm getting another feat.
Oh.
How many feet do you need?
He's only got
No,
one.
I'm just getting. It's just
Did he not?
I'm just
I thought he had
getting
more.
one more. The aberrant dragon mark.
Hey, once
Is that
that
the one that lets you go for the boom?
yeah,
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
10th level.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really wants that.
I forget I qualify as.
Do you need a space above you that's 60 feet high?
4,
What?
It looks like you do to use Rogue Trick.
probably.
Oh, for a rope trick.
You touch a link of rope up to 60 feet long. One end of the rope then rises into the air until the whole rope hangs perpendicular to the ground. Yeah.
Alright, so it's got space considerations like the Call Lightning does. Not as bad, but still.
Yeah. It just needs a height of 60 feet. It's kind of weird that it specifies that the rope has to be. No. It's up to. So you could always
Oh yeah, you're right.
cut
Okay.
cut the rope to make that shorter. That's just its maximum.
Okay.
It goes 5 feet into the air.
I mean,
Listen,
technically-
it just has to be high enough for people not to bump into the portal.
yeah. You might want to go a little higher than 5 feet.
Give it like 20 feet.
we loot
maybe.
Andelias. What do we find on him? 7 different lengths of rope.
I mean, it works.
I like it.
I was gonna say spider climb, but again, I have a flying spear.
Also, I cannot believe how worth it was to load my Iron Stone with healing spells.
Oh yeah, it's always good.
How immediately it showed, hey, this is useful. Also, twin spelling healing spells.
Mhm.
Very, very good use of sorcerer points.
Absolutely.
What level? What level spells do you guys have?
I have second.
Fourth.
Or
Fourth for full casters.
And
Ninth level would be 5th level spells.
no, and
I believe half casters are below are all at
Alias?
second level.
what do you have?
He's got 2nd
Huh?
level
What?
spells.
Okay.
Second and quarter casters still both have second level.
Kinetic Jaunt is kind of cool.
Yep. Half casters get 3rd level spells at 9th level.
Yeah, it's like they get
That's
them next
probably
level.
less useful for me.
Quarter casters get them, what, 10 or 11 or something like that?
13?
Is it 13?
And then
I don't remember how far.
17th level is
It's pretty far. Yeah.
Yeah, the spell progression's pretty rough.
Can I suggest haste on somebody?
I already have
I
it.
can suggest it, but I'll have to wait.
I have it and have used it before. I just don't always immediately throw it out when my concentration is not guaranteed.
Especially
because
when
if I lose
that creature-
concentration, that's not fun for you.
Hmm.
that creature was fucking knocking everybody senseless.
Considering I dropped conscious for the first 4 turns, I was
Oh, yeah,
conscious
what was
one of
that
those
thing
turns.
Exactly. Demogoth?
A Demogoth is a it's kind of like a Yugal, the Yugoloth. I forget what the term is for.
Looks like it's Strixhaven.
Yeah,
So basically,
Specifically say it's a kind of fiend. It just says fiend.
yeah. That's
So
why.
we-
Side, oh yeah, I saw her immediately.
my
Yeah.
first round was kind of did it heal?
Oh, that's why Terrify
tough
was
for
so
that one,
terrifying.
Yes. After it took my massive beating on it.
Yeah, the usual Terrify only targets one creature.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you should have knocked the damage on that down a little bit. I guess it worked out okay in the end.
Yeah,
Well, it's not like it's charged so often.
I did it to all because you
Yeah,
guys
it's
have so
usually-
much healing.
Well, maybe. We have a couple
Well,
of
Ty
healers.
isn't normally there, so
Yeah, usually
that
it's,
healing's bumped down a little bit.
it's just Anthony.
Don't worry.
And
Has been until now.
Don't
Mordred
worry,
is
guys.
here.
Mordred helps.
Don't
Mordred
worry,
helps
guys. I'm
lot.
a professional. I know what I'm doing.
Well, I don't know if you recharged every round, like I was. Kind
Yeah,
of
if I
afraid
was
you were going
recharging
to do that,
every
would've
round,
been-
Definitely would have been bad. But you can usually expect it 1 to 2 times per combat with a 5 to 6
Yeah.
recharge, and
I expected at least 2 more times with your normal rolls.
4 to
it's
4 to
got a
6 is
50% recharge. Holy cow.
4 to 6 is usually 3 times per combat on average.
Still rough.
But I only got it twice, so
Yeah.
that was
Which
the
is actually
break.
shocking for you.
Which is good.
Yeah, I think I would have knocked a couple of damage dice off of that maybe if it was made into an AoE.
Ah, you'll be fine. You were fine.
Well,
Yeah, we are fine. It all worked out in the end.
Like I said, trust me, guys. I'm a professional.
And we had
professional
15
who
long
almost
rests
party
after
wiped
the fact,
us.
so it's all
A
fine.
professional that wants to kill.
But I did. And that's what matters.
This time.
So this was its other ability that I didn't get to showcase.
Ah.
Would have offered
Yeah,
a
no,
little
that's
bit
not
more
fun.
movement versatility.
Yeah.
But it really had no reason to leave that space of the room.
Which,
Yeah,
thank you.
I
My
mean,
hound did so much damage because of that.
Yeah.
It did make a very interesting centerpiece.
Oh.
Oh, if it had True Sight, it would have seen the dog, wouldn't it?
It did, yeah. The only reason I wasn't sure is the spell says invisible to all creatures except for you.
Oh.
So it kind of throws it into question.
Here, I'll click on it.
Is
You
it
can
the
look.
condition invisible, or is it the
It just says
just invisible?
It says the hound is invisible to all creatures except you and can't be harmed.
and can't be harmed. Yeah.
Well, that hound and I can't believe I was doing good in that.
I love the fact that even while dying, I was still able to do damage.
Yeah, and the hound doesn't go away except for 8 hours.
No, yeah, there is nothing that happens that makes that the shit go away.
Until you dismiss it, or until you move more than 100 feet away from it. But
Cloud of Daggers doesn't have a saving throw?
nope, it's just you start your turn in the area or whatever the condition is, you get the damage.
I mean, if I was going to do an AoE, that would be the one.
Yep. Isn't it only
Yeah.
like a 5-foot space, something like that?
5-foot cube, yeah.
Mordecai's Faithful Hound, really good spell, but hard to use.
Block hallway with knives is basically what that spell is.
Yep.
I guess you could set, like, put it not on a specific square and hit multiple targets with it. But...
Alright, did we want to get back to it?
I'm down. Yep.
Okay, I'll
Everyone
just
finish.
take Misty Step's a safe choice.
Evanessa
Everyone
also,
finish
by
with
the
their
way,
level?
is the one that got the bodies and all that ready. She wanted you all to complete the ritual and fight the thing, and then her interrupt when you're all at your weakest, and then, fight her. But
She tried to interrupt, and then it attacked her, and she's like, alright, now hold on, you must go first.
rationally, the Demogoth being able to see her, and him not being able to distinguish her intentions, he doesn't give a fuck. He's there literally as a sentinel to kill everything in sight, so he has no reason to avoid hitting her.
Yep.
But, alright, you arrive at the dome. And
Well-
it is at that moment you recall Endemion saying he would meet you at the entrance to Kyseri. And sure enough, there he appears.
Huh.
Whoop. A little too intense.
That's really epic
He's
music.
having a real dramatic day today.
Why
That's quite
was
the
I
dramatic thing for an entrance, damn.
Why was I thinking
There we
we
go.
were going to Rock?
What?
You're going to Kyseri first. There's a teleportation circle that you know of that takes you to Torana. Within Kyseri. That you don't know where.
Oh,
No, but he probably does.
But, greetings. Glad to see you all arrived successfully and uninjured.
Greetings and salutations. See you once again.
Well, shall I open the way?
Please.
It requires a password. And me being one of the founders of the Empire, I of course know it. Dios mortifice, he says in an arcane chant, like amplified voice,
Hilarious.
and a ripple in the dome dissipates big enough for the party to enter.
Onwards. Is he coming with us?
Those who speak
I mean, I roughly picked up Death to the Gods.
yeah, death doll.
Which is
gods,
hilarious
essentially.
coming from him.
Well, that was the end thing at the time. My apologies. He says, seeing you notice.
Yeah, what language is that actually in? Just out of curiosity.
Technically Kyseri, which is just Latin, to be fair, but
I was about to say, I'm like, I understood the Latin, but what
it would be Kyserian.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anyhow, he allows you all to pass, and immediately what you are seeing is color. Lights, a city, buildings. All very well preserved.
Populated?
No.
Nah,
Ghost town.
didn't figure.
Absolutely still and silent, but color nonetheless. This is essentially what you are seeing at your first site and entrance.
It's very pretty.
It is. There's this magical arcane chandelier of sorts, which is about 25 feet long at the top of the chamber, which is a good 600 to 700 feet, roughly, you think, tall chamber at this point. But you see further off in the distance, in the background, the chamber rises and opens up widthways as well. This is just like the center inner part entrance, but it widens considerably. Welcome to my old town, city, whatever you wish to call it. And the dome closes behind you all.
Where do we need to go?
Well,
Do people not come here anymore?
no one's allowed here anymore.
Why?
Because these people tried to slay all the gods and nearly succeeded. Why do you think? I know you're a barbarian, but use your brain a bit.
I go ahead.
What a stab.
I go full force into a wall.
There you
Head
go,
for-
train
head
that thing. He chuckles. But you need to find out more about Murden and Morva, their plans. Anything you can find about their contingencies having to do with Morrigan.
While we've got him here, let's tell him about how the mayor felt like he was being pulled.
Yes. He swallows a bit. That is not Murden, but I see why he would feel the power of such. It is the tomb in which I sealed and locked away Morva. In that direction. Like I told you before, they are immortal. So I could not simply kill them in the traditional sense. They are outside of their body, separated from it, and that is where his body lies. That of Morva.
I see.
That kindred power is likely what your crazy mayor is feeling. But I have left certain protections around the tomb that I doubt your friend will have much luck getting through.
If that's covered. So we need to find out more about the precautions. Any idea where to start?
His office, or the Grandest Archives, which is the library that stores all of Kyseri's knowledge, essentially. He had an office there, at the Grandest Archives, the top floor, but also the Exalt Safeguard Company, which was the team of leading scientists and Morven Murden, were the ones that founded the Exalt Safeguard Co. So there might be information at their location as well, deep within the city.
Are there any defenses in the city we should be worried about?
Experiments run wild here. They are loose.
Those which were once contained.
Yes, and they are not friendly by any means. They are some of the best weapons of Kyseri. Their first line of defense, as it were.
I just hope there's no kobolds here.
He
Are we able to handle them? Or should we report them
arcanely
off?
conjures a map in front of you.
Oh.
Neat.
And this is the general layout of the city. You all can see this, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. This is where you are currently. You entered from here. This tunnel led right into this part of the city, but it opens up widely, as you can see, and it is quite the extensive city.
Can we
There
put
are-
some markers on the map so we don't forget.
I thought I did. Maybe they're on the wrong layer.
If you're looking for our characters.
Oh, right. I didn't put your characters on there, but you can drag them off, remember?
Yes,
Nope.
that would also work. This is very true.
But there
Something
are,
I should probably do. Oh, we are quite large. Maybe that would work.
I can always make you smaller.
Oh, that
Yeah.
could work.
I'm just a fly. Yeah, we need to shrink.
There we go, and then Mordred. There we go.
Thank you kindly,
So,
sir.
you all entered here. There are various security checkpoints throughout the city that, as you can see, the city still has power. This would be due to the Uralite office. Likely their generators are still going even after all this time, being magical devices.
Anything like what was in the base of Verdon's Tower?
Yes, quite. You can see along the walls of some of the buildings, there are arcane-like displays, like you've seen in Murden's Tower, but they're processing nothing.
So power isn't everywhere, but still most of
Well,
it.
the displays are on still,
I see.
but nobody's around to, update any visual to be sent.
Yeah. That would make more sense. Okay.
But, the Uralite office was the office of the main engineer of the city, Tabitha Marksley, I believe her name was. It's deeper beneath the grounds of the building itself is her office. That would be where you'd find most of the devices capable of running the city. If you find places in the city that are unpowered, it is possible for you to divert power to those locations from the office. The doors would require a key card to get into her main office.
We have such key card.
I do not, but I believe there was a copy, like a master key, and somewhere in the archives, the Grandis archives. They kept a spare just in case anything were to happen to Tabitha.
Over in the archives.
Would it be acceptable to take anything from this place, or should we leave as much as we can as is?
I care not. All I care about is the end goal. If it helps you in your journey, feel free.
And my only concern is that things we acquire here could be very dangerous to take outside.
I will trust you, and I will trust that you will use them at your discretion when you think it is only necessary. It is your choice.
Basically, if I find the better shield, I could take it. Is that right?
By all means.
It's basically, unless it's going to harm the
In
world.
fact, if you
we're
want
fine.
better armaments, the Kyseri armory is right there.
Where?
He
I don't
points
know, where is it?
at a spot on the
okay.
map.
Just beyond the security checkpoint.
Like I said, it is all at your discretion, and
Oh,
it's a very dangerous place down here, mind you. The
Yes.
experiments are quite tough.
Where was the
Okay, perhaps acquiring better weapons is wise.
where was the place we need to go check out again? Where's his office?
The Kyseri Grandis Archives is where his office was, but the Exalt Safeguard Co. is the place where he worked, and that is where experimentations were done.
So the armory is right between them. That's convenient.
I've not been here in, well, since the Red Death cycle started, so
Who knows what may have happened at that time.
you can find artifacts in the Vestige exhibit, which is between the Kyseri teleportation station and the Grandis Archives. The Vestige exhibit requires a, what do you call them? A voucher, a ticket, to check out items from them. So if you find vouchers within the city, those can give you access to very powerful magical weapons per voucher. One per voucher. I would recommend
collect all
trying to find vouchers if you can to get quite the considerable power up.
Suddenly wishing I had taken locate object.
the druid who's a prepared caster probably can.
If it's on a spell list, certainly.
I believe it is.
I have no idea. I know it's on the Paladin list, the Cleric list, the Wizard list.
It's on quite a few.
Bard, Cleric, Druid,
I'm not-
Paladin, Ranger, Wizard.
Hey, there you go.
Druid, yep.
Yeah, I'm not that
There we go.
familiar with Druid spell list.
Nah, super nice stuff. I played with
considering
it,
I
so
only
using
made
that
it up to what, level 4 with Joel.
There's a place I recommend visiting,
now.
aside from all that. The Animagos tree.
Animated
The big tree on the map.
Mhm. It is a magical experiment. One of the biggest resounding successes of the Exalt Safeguard Co. It'll give you potentially quite the power up, but there are risks.
That's with everything, you know.
What do these I'm going back a little bit here. What does these vouchers?
They allow us to check out what he said are artifacts.
They would allow you to take an
Very
artifact
powerful things.
out of the exhibit without triggering the defenses of the museum.
And since I'm assuming they're artifacts, these defenses are
asking
more
what
than we
they-
can handle.
I'm asking what the vouchers look like.
Ah, very good question.
They are essentially platinum tickets. They are made of solid platinum.
Literal platinum. All right.
What's the size? Like 2 feet by 2 inches, or what?
We didn't use platinum for anything else other than coins, so if they are platinum and are not coins, you can assume that that's them. He smiles.
Fair enough.
They'll fit in the palm of your hand.
Yeah, okay. Just like an actual ticket size.
Other than that, tread
And-
carefully.
What does
We're
the
not-
Animagos tree do?
It will essentially give you a bit of extra natural vitality in one form or another. For a spellcaster, you could potentially gain additional spell slots.
Shit.
For a more
what about
physical person, he addresses you and only you, Mike. It is likely you could gain a bit of extra resilience, health.
Never
I get giddy.
But there are side effects, potentially. The choice is
Depends
yours.
on what.
The security checkpoints. Do
One
they-
thing at a time, my friend. I believe your
I'm
friend
sorry.
asked the nature of these side effects. Well, it's different for every creature, honestly. They have far-ranging. Some of the side effects are beneficial, even, if you take to it well. If you do not, however, they can range from taking damage randomly, or well, tiring you out faster, stuff like that.
I'm
Are we
sensing a random
guaranteed
table.
one yeah.
It's a random
Are
table.
we
Yeah.
guaranteed a positive along with a side effect, or is it possible there is no benefit in a side effect?
One or the other, I'm afraid.
I see.
You won't know until you've taken it.
Yeah. Alright. Cool.
The security checkpoints.
That sounds like
Were
a
they-
personal deck of many things offer.
Will the security checkpoints know if we take any items from like the armory or insert places here?
They will not. That's not their purview. The
We just
security
need to try to get
checkpoints
past them, right?
were once manned by literal guards. Some of my own mages, in fact, the Kyseri blood mages. They were the sort of inquisitors of the place. And they are, no longer here, of course, but the security checkpoints remain in place. They are essentially arcane devices that create a wall of light, you could say, that would disintegrate you if you pass without approval or depowering them, or we essentially had hall passes for our citizens that would allow them to traverse safely.
Do we need one per person or one per?
Yes, one per person.
I see.
Can they be flown over?
No.
Can they go
Understood.
underneath?
I say, can we burrow underneath?
Yeah, that was what I was asking.
The domes descend 50 miles beneath where we are standing.
Okay, burrowing, not quite the option. 50 miles.
In fact,
That seems
the dome beneath us, or around the city in its entirety, has a 250-mile radius. This is the safest
Okay.
city that has ever existed. Even Valencia could not infiltrate us.
Well, if you wish to challenge the gods. Is this the scale? No.
No.
I saw feet on my marker and went, nope. Alright, cool.
The top-down ones are too hard to do to scale, honestly.
I kind of had a feeling. You know I gotta check, though.
Yeah, absolutely. It is up to you. I will leave this. He kind of unravels the magic and makes it into a physical object and hands it to whoever grabs it.
What?
Yeah, sure. I'll grab it.
What is he handing us?
A map.
The
The
map.
map.
I'll grab the map. It's
One
fine.
of you guys are taking that?
Mordred,
Yeah, no.
maybe? He's good at navigation.
You go yes, Mordred should be the one holding
I
that.
got +8 to survival.
One
Plus
more
8
thing.
Yep,
percent.
Mordred. Here's a map.
One more thing. The Kyseri teleportation station once had teleportation circles to many parts of the planet, all over, but the only one still active is to Tornok.
Hmm.
So if you wish to go to Tornok through that circle, that would be an option, or I can meet you back at the entrance here to let you out through the tunnel.
Is there a way we can call for you in case we decide to come back this way? Or will you simply know?
I'm always watching.
I had that feeling. Yeah.
All places to Tornok, right, guys?
We
I'm
kind
addressing
of have
Harley.
less of a reason to go there without Aiden.
Yeah, Aiden was at the meeting source there.
That is true.
Unless we have another one I'm
Yeah,
forgetting.
well,
Nah, it's
This
mainly
is-
Aiden,
not
sadly.
Yeah.
Also, presumably, there are a great number of bugbears in that direction. We don't know if they're
Well,
living in the receiving station for the teleportation, so...
Bugbears? He questions.
yes, we saw signs of a bugbear. They apparently dragged a tiefling woman who managed to make her way down here in the direction of Tornok.
Back in the other path of the tunnel.
Oh, yes, not towards here.
Uh,
They would not have been able to
Off
get
towards the
past the
east.
dome.
I would imagine not.
I would imagine very few could.
Saying the phrase alone is not enough, let's just say. You literally
So,
have to be me.
mm,
He smiles. I would not
Good to
allow
know.
a single mortal soul in here if it was not absolutely necessary.
so we shouldn't try to speak the password. Got it.
No, don't walk through the barrier of any...
No, I wasn't thinking of
Such
walk
dome.
through the barrier. It was more attempting to speak the
You would
password.
not like the results, and I would hate to have to rebuild you from the ground up of the very few cells you leave behind.
That would indeed not be preferable.
And it's not like all my bits where they are.
Yes, quite.
So we have an understanding. Good.
I do like living. It is preferential.
The military leaders of the city were the Titan Guard. They have a fortress here, as you can see on the map. I took liberty of pinpointing. Don't know what's left in that old fortress, but they were the military, so goes to say that they have some secrets, possibly.
Where was the office where we can divert and turn off power again?
The Uralite office.
Uralite office, thank you. Okay.
What was
Name-
the Urlite office again?
You can divert power to different parts of the city from there.
Oh, right.
Not
So we
everything.
can get past security gates and whatnot.
There's
Or
power
potentially
here.
divert power away.
Yes,
Or turn
That
on
is-
places.
the idea. Not everything
Cool.
here is currently powered, but what you see at the entrance here is.
As we explore more, I guess we'll find more powered sections and more non-powered sections.
He nods.
Right?
My
And also then
apologies
final
for
questions.
the views you'll see along the way. And then he disappears.
May want to provide some way for our other group members in case they have questions to ask them at some point.
I have been writing I'm writing a guide to the attractions here.
Perfect. That's exactly what we need.
Well,
I didn't think to do it until we got to Armory, Vestige Archive. I have the Animagos tree, the checkpoints, Teleportation Station, Titan Guard Fortress, and Earlight Office. I didn't do
I do want to see the Animagos tree, but that's behind a security checkpoint, so thus it will have to wait.
I think we will maybe just have to start by looking through some of these buildings for things that may get us to other portions of the map.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like we can go through either this way or this way over here.
And
to
while
head
you
east.
guys- While you guys do that, should I take a rest and get locate object prepared?
That would be a long rest.
That
How
would be a
long?
long rest.
How long do we?
Yeah, what time is it? It's about midday, was it, when we reached the dome?
Yeah, about 1 p.m. now.
Yeah. So we can wait until, because I feel like we're going to be here a couple days,
I feel like we should find a
at
house
the very least.
or a building that is defensible in case something horrible comes
Well,
while we're trying to rest. We'll find have a defensible.
for perspective's sake, hey Des, how what's the distance of about 20 feet?
A mile.
That's a mile?
Huge
Alright,
building.
Perfect.
The buildings are not necessarily that
No,
big.
no, it's not quite to scale, but it's just
take this.
I'm trying to get a.
Take a single structure that you see, other than the important ones. A single structure is a neighborhood.
Okay, yeah, that
Take
works.
it like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
For perspective, if 20 feet is roughly a mile, let's just give a quick. Because you know I
Gander.
like my. Yeah, this is a big ass place.
We should look for those
160 top to bottom, 120 across. So fuck.
Mad science themed New York.
So
We
six,
should look
6
for
miles across, like 9 miles
What was it?
long.
So
Top
we
to
saying-
bottom. Top to bottom is about 10 miles.
Are we
Well,
saying like only the roads are really
8
accurate?
miles?
Yeah.
So that's what I was
So
saying.
we can't, for instance, we can't walk between buildings to just get around checkpoints, or
You can try.
No,
I mean, if you find
No, you
a
can
route.
try.
yeah.
we should look for those platinum whatchamacallit.
So the Earlite office is where we need you to disable and enable security checkpoints, or at least attempt to figure out how.
Any
And I kind of want to go to the armory anyway, so
Yeah,
Of course, we want
stop
to
by
check out the armory.
Ideally early.
If anything, then a good path would be this way.
it's fine. It's so good to see you all interacting and like planning this out. It took me so long to build this, so the excitement is good to hear.
Yeah, I feel like there's probably going to be stuff everywhere.
Oh, there
We-
is so much here.
We should check
This is
everything.
your mega
This
dungeon
is
right
We
here.
should probably
This
we
whole
should probably
city
check this on the way.
is a dungeon planned out.
not to mention there's going to be loot around every fucking corner. This is the most advanced civilization to date. If I'm
yeah.
wrong there,
Considering-
correct me. So
Considering that,
I should have brought a bigger
Considering
bag.
considering that those the artifacts in that with Vistage exhibit also.
yeah, no, he was straight up talking artifacts. So, and I'm pretty sure Des means that literally, not figuratively.
You know what? They probably have them here.
Yeah, but
I
like
can pick up a bag of holding and like a portable hole and just shove them full of loot.
You know,
But
those are
I-
probably around very common.
Right? If we can
As
find a
far
shopping
as,
district, we can probably pick one up. Go ahead.
as far as getting like me a better shield,
The armory
Also-
is
Almost
the
certainly.
best.
Yeah.
at least.
the fortress might have some if we want to check that early, because
I said
while he
we-
said there might be
We
some
should
things there,
probably go check that out on the way.
it's an easy
Oh,
place to
yeah.
get to early, and then work our way through the fortress out probably this end if there is a way around, and then we can head towards.
So I definitely would have asked for extra details. What are the do's and do nots about flying around this city?
Oh, do not.
don't got it.
All right.
That makes
Is
you
there like a height to go up
Yeah.
to, or
I would not exceed anywhere where you'd be visibly able to be picked out amongst the scenery.
oh yeah, gosh, imagine how many giant bats are in this roof. Well, no, because dome.
That is something I forgot to say as we were
They probably
role-playing.
have skied defenses.
If you see a creature with 4 arms and glowing like red eyes, run.
Attack.
Do not engage them whatsoever. Run.
Okay.
They are
Avoid the
arms,
creatures with
like
4
eyes.
arms and glowing red eyes.
They are the terrors
write
of
that down.
Kyseri, and they can sense magic.
Like, to the point where we shouldn't even try to hide, just directly run.
Run. He insists.
Got it.
Import that
Run.
run music.
Just one of them
Run.
could wipe out all of your armies on the city
How many are there in the city?
above.
Oh, so
There were 32 total.
How do we know they're there before they know we're there?
Well, they glow, so that's the good news.
Okay.
I glow.
I'll give you a visual here. He creates an illusion.
How big are they?
They're about 15 feet tall.
Okay, so not tiny,
They
glowing.
fly with... They hover, so no issue there. This is what they look like.
That is beautiful.
Run if you see them.
do you know
What
what
the
their
heck is that?
do you know what their walking speed is?
They don't need to.
Can we outrun them? Is the
Or
question.
flying?
Currently, no.
Flying?
They are all quicker
Try.
than you.
So how do we avoid them?
You just hope that it takes out someone who isn't you.
If they
Hide.
can detect magic, probably
Try to
Probably
hide from
might
them.
not want
That's
to
your
so
best
much.
bet.
Can
I
they
am so happy with my build right now.
I'm not.
room?
I think you're gonna want me to scout things out.
Uh-huh.
I can scout things out with you.
Presumably they have better, like, maybe we can pick up some form of communication device in the city.
Is there any wildlife at all in the city? Like rats?
No. They were all exterminated, but the experiments of the city, I'm sure, have gotten out. So
What keeps them alive, or are they just magically fed?
they do not need to feed. It is pure sport for them. They don't need to breathe. They don't need to eat, sleep.
Do we need to fear the experiments, or are they simply a challenge?
They're strong, but I believe you to be capable of them.
Manageable.
As long as they're not in packs,
Large numbers are to be avoided.
which they tend to hate each other, so
Loud
Ah,
spells.
that's the good news.
Bad.
So I'm starting to gather a really amazing loot. A really terrifying enemies.
Yes.
Do not cast Call Lightning. It creates a giant sign saying, "Hey, there's someone over there doing a magic."
Hey, over here! Come get me!
Yeah,
Hey,
I'll just
you guys!
cast Fairy Fire.
Here.
I will give you a bit more information about the terrors themselves. They can see into the ethereal plane with ease. They can sense magic. That includes just if you're a spellcaster, they sense you.
Alright guys, I'm
How
just gonna
far?
wait in the tunnel.
Within a modicum distance,
I raise my hand.
120 feet or so.
So farther than Medic Legion.
I have this pipe that can cast fog cloud.
I
Are
have a
they
feeling
sense that?
How,
That won't help.
how are they about sensing magic items?
All magic, in all forms, they can sense. If
we
they can
might be able to actually
sense-
drop a magic item and try and confuse their senses. Would that work?
Possibly.
I have a sacrificial magic item.
They'll probably go for whichever source is more powerful.
Ah, fuck.
Well, probably not.
Oh, third caster. Thank you. Everyone else gets eaten first.
They literally eat magic.
Huh.
This is akin to a dispelling effect. They devour magical effects, magical items, you name it.
I don't think I like being an elemental being anymore.
Like I said, do not
Oh.
fight them under any circumstances. I feel like just one of them could kill your surface armies with ease in this day and age. By itself.
I have no doubt about that. And there are 32 of them around this city alone.
I have no idea if some have died in, skirmishes against each other.
This
At
feels
one point, there was
What?
32.
Yeah,
This-
would they fight each other?
They tend to not. They are. I know it's been debunked, but they are essentially lone predators. They would not ever team up with any other creature. That's also
Same.
the good news.
So, if we lead one to another one, we could probably escape. Or worse.
Or we just get caught in the middle of two of them.
If we
Well,
see
they
one
would
of
be the
them
greater
stop
magic source
chasing
than
us, then maybe we should consider why it has decided not to follow.
Yeah, don't follow.
As far as I'm aware, there's only one place they don't go near.
What would that be?
The tree. For some weird reason, considering how magical the tree is.
Base camp?
What type of magic does the tree give off?
Akin to that spell scroll your friend lost. Divine, but more.
And another question:
It
How
is
do they
pure
interact
anomaly.
with? How do they interact with security checkpoints?
They can face tank them and generally go about their business.
Okay.
That's
great.
terrifying.
They are immune to the damage, as they were designed to be.
Of course, the city's own defenses doesn't hurt the city's defenses.
The terrors we meant to unleash upon Navalentia are our greatest rival. You will find magic in general, which Avalentia professes it to be the best at, being a theocracy of divine magic. They were designed to be very good
How-
against them.
How are these creatures controlled?
They weren't. They were locked away in their various chambers by the master of the Exalt Safeguard Co., Erigal Dowd.
And how'd they get out?
The city fell. Divine magic freed some of the defenses in place, I can assume, when this place was wiped out. Every humanoid
Right.
creature here perished at once.
Is there a chance that we could return them? So,
He gestures towards the area around you, and for the first time you notice the swirling pattern of the powdery substance, as JM likes to call it, but in the shape of humanoids everywhere. Swirling in place, still to this day.
So the nuclear outlines of the people who died here.
Yep.
I see that weapon was turned. And it is quite effective.
Yes, the gods have sort of an ironic sense of humor, I suppose.
I need to do not love them.
The terrors are immune to charm, exhaustion, frighten, paralyze effects, petrified effects, poisoned effects, and stunning effects.
Does
That
anything
does
work on them?
Other than those listed.
Repeat that?
Charmed, exhaustion, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, poisoned, stunned.
Sleep, I guess.
and prone because they hover. But
Yeah.
I've got charmed, exhausted, petrified, poison. What else you got?
paralyzed, petrified, stunned. And
So grappling could possibly work.
you can
They
grapple
can
them,
face
yes.
take the security checkpoint, which would vaporize us instant. I don't think that's going to end well for you.
To be clear, the dome would vaporize you instantly. The security checkpoints, it would take a few rounds, maybe.
Okay, so not instant, but still not good.
The security checkpoints' main problem is you can't move through them without deactivating them, and you still take the damage.
Okay.
They're essentially a mix of a wall of light and a wall of force.
Okay.
But covering a much bigger area.
Do you know how far they don't get within the tree?
About a square mile or so.
That's not very far.
So the nearest neighborhoods, essentially.
Yeah. Okay.
Base
Yeah.
camp.
So. Yeah.
Yes.
So basically this chunk.
So
Smaller than that, but
there are two main key figures of the city.
Not much.
Erugal Dowd is the one that designed these experiments in the first place. The Terrors, as well as the others, the Absorbers, the Nullifiers, and the Reversers. So they escaped from his tower, which is right next to the tree. It's right there. You'll see a glowing, radiant tower. Glowing radiant, just like the tree itself, mind you. But they escaped from there, and that's where he had them imprisoned. The Terrors, anyway. And ever since they
In that
left that
tower?
area immediately. Yes.
Are we to avoid the tower as well?
I don't know. I cannot see into its depths. Something is blocking my vision there, even to this day. It was the tower of...
What?
It was the tower of the master of, well, experiments, scientific knowledge, Erugal Dowd. He was a Vedalkin, if I remember right. He sought knowledge and power above all else. It shines like a beacon in the dark, I can see. He's looking in that direction, by the way. But it's the quietest place here, for some reason. I don't sense any of the experiments near it.
They could possibly be in it.
They
Is
could.
the tower masking it? By chance? Or is it
I can't see into the
just
towers
spying?
at all. That radiant
Not even
light
within
that
its
it
range?
shines with is blocking me. It has to be... I can't say more. He says oddly.
by choice?
I'm being told I cannot say more
By who?
about his tower. The Raven
Oh,
Queen.
from him. Oh.
On her order. The goddess of death. She will not allow me to see inside. I'm sorry. He kind of unusually frightened in the moment.
He's not used to being told no.
To a degree.
Oh yeah, as far as anyone knows, she doesn't exist, or she's gone, right?
Right.
Well, we've learned a thing.
So she's alive and well, I take it from that.
He nods.
Enough to startle him.
I knew she was alive, but she hasn't said anything for a long time, so it's a bit concerning. That she would prevent me here, of all places.
a place which seems not to matter to time.
She became a deity after the Red Death cycle. She took the place of the old god of death.
Who
Who
that
was
again?
the old god of death?
No one remembers his name. I can't even picture what he looked like, though I saw him in the war.
Erase your history.
When a deity
No,
dies,
no.
it takes hold on all of our perspectives, even.
I guess his name was Jumbob.
I don't like you, I've decided. You joke too much in matters of great seriousness. It will get you killed one day. Not against me, but just a subtle warning that's not so subtle.
I don't think subtlety works very well on him. I think that's probably wise.
Stole the words from me.
Anyway, the other key figure would be Lord Temult Qyburn. He was an archlich, I believe. And he has a mansion within the town. Lord Temult was essentially Murden and Morva's right-hand man. He was the more like arcane general of Kyseri. The Titan Guard fortress had warriors, but he was kind of a general of the mages.
So I take it you saw him as over here somewhere.
Right over there.
Okay, he's the man. Okay.
Lord Ishmael Tivish is the Master General of the Titan Guard fortress. Or was. But they're essentially like co-counterparts. Lord Qyburn was the leader of Kyseri itself in lieu of the Triumvir. He was the one running the day-to-day.
And we're certain he's gone. Liches have a tendency to stick around.
I don't sense him. He was, when he was alive, a Simic hybrid. He was known as the Marshal of Kyseri, essentially its governor.
Oof.
By chance, can you tell where these terrors are located throughout the city? How many are left?
They have quite the range, honestly. They're constantly moving.
Do you know how many? And how spread out they are? Let's cover at least the whole city, I guess.
Good luck. He hesitates. There's a certain place where I intercede too much and it suddenly becomes not your win. I gave you the knowledge you need to act in your immediacy, but
I'm not sure why that's specifically important, but I'll take your word for it that it is.
strategy is your purview. Information is mine, but they are all over.
In which case, we should probably get to the tree to establish a base camp sooner rather than later.
Well, have a wait
Problem
there.
is the security checkpoint.
Yes, you said the security checkpoints, can they be deactivated at the checkpoints themselves, or?
They could if you
I
had
believe the off.
the Inquisitors in charge of each checkpoint's keys, but
You said there's a master key at the library.
the master key was for the Uralite office.
Right. And that was in the archives.
Security checkpoint keys would be, if you needed the master, likely in the Titan Guard's fortress.
Okay.
Or the Inquisitor's headquarters, perhaps, but maybe both.
Where's the Inquisitor?
So do we split up or
No, that seems like the worst idea.
go as one unit?
Well, it does reduce the likelihood of all of us dying at once.
But increases your likelihood of dying separately.
True. All right.
Where was the Inquisitor's headquarters here?
Titan Guard.
No, he said there was Titan Guard Fortress, and then the Inquisitor's headquarters was the other location.
They are separate, yes.
That's one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did not have it marked here, actually. Let me fix that.
Yes, that's. I was like, wait a second, I don't see something.
It is right here.
It's actually good.
Right here.
Where is this?
Okay. Oh, far away.
Well, oh.
Let me put that on there, though.
Up here.
And these are the blood mages that he mentioned, which he said that he trained. Mind you.
Yeah.
But you mentioned a marketplace. The most popular was Levity Square.
Okay. That's right by the armory.
You'll see what I mean by levity when you get there. He smiles shortly. I believe it still has power currently. If there's anything dire, I will come to answer your call, but if not, I'll be going now.
There's only so much you can do for us to understand. Outside of knowledge, that is.
Nothing I can do can affect creatures. Just be aware.
Yes.
It is against the
Yes.
laws of the gods.
Well,
So are we splitting up or
I would
Absolutely
not do
I
that.
would no.
You never split the party.
Go for
I
it.
say we.
How to Die 101.
I say we stop at the fortress.
The fortress seems to be the way to go. In which case, that's only
It's close.
it's only 2 miles away to the entrance of the
Only.
fortress. Well, this is a big ass city.
Oh, it's going to take forever to get around because we are probably going to want to go stealthily.
Yeah, we're gonna want to get quiet.
My
And
God.
keep eyes out for all manner of glowing creatures. Want to avoid those.
Yeah, so if we get into a fight with something,
Mhm. So
I
anytime
won't be
we
much help.
do travel, I would like a perception check for whoever's helming that, the watch for the travel, as well as a D100 roll. Or a D20 roll, rather, sorry.
From the same person or a different person.
Doesn't matter. D20, we'll take turns doing the D20.
I have
Okay.
+8 perception.
But let's see.
Who has the best stealth though?
That's not
Who's
right.
got the
That's me.
yeah.
Definitely.
What's your perception?
+7, I want to say. Hold on.
If you're moving stealthily, I need a group stealth check. So everyone rolls.
Even if he does a slight scout.
Well, if he's moving individually, then it would just be him, yeah.
I can do scout ahead if you'd like.
I forget. Does
just like 100 feet in front may not be the worst thing. So spots
Considering
before we
my-
get too rapid into position.
Considering my browser's being wonky right now. Oh wait, never mind. Scout stance. Is that?
Oh, that's close.
Are you measuring?
Bonus action without breaking the stand.
I was making it more to
Oh.
scale.
Okay, I see.
To scale
I realize
with,
you put it in miles. Yep.
Yep.
See if that still lives up with.
Now, the citizens, some of them did have passes that let them go through checkpoints, right?
Yes.
Which the master key will be found likely in the Titan's fortress.
So the passes are essentially badges. I'll elaborate more.
Does each gate
Stealth.
like if we went over here real quick, could we see what the marker on this gate is?
They're all the same.
Okay.
A nat 20.
Well, there is actually a difference. There is a citizen's badge and a officer's badge, as well as like VIP badges of like important figures. But
And we of course wish to find the highest tier ones we can.
I assume we were all supposed to roll that stealth check.
depends on what you're doing first.
Well, if there's buildings nearby, maybe it'd be worth going through a couple and seeing what's around.
Make me an investigation check and let me know like the type of stuff you're looking for.
I don't have a specific thing, just anything that could be of use. Heck, even like a magical toaster might distract one of these horrible will kill you things for a millisecond. So like,
Well, it's what kind of buildings are around us at the moment, I would say.
oh yeah,
Homestead? Or-
Definitely homestead-looking buildings. Let me grab my notes on this particular part.
Yeah, are they comparable to modern day homes? Or...
They are made of solid marble and definitely reinforced magically with protection to keep them from, busting or anything like that. There's magical light interconnected to each of them, and some of the homes still have lights on.
These guys are the Romans of fucking D&D world.
Essentially. Roman, but
Their shit's standing and it works fine.
more sophisticated, even.
I think they logically advanced
Romans,
Empire.
but magic ended in the future.
So, future Romans. It's terrifying to conquer.
Damn future Romans.
You see the security checkpoint off in the distance ahead of you, but up here.
Yeah, we can see that one.
In those sections where the security checkpoints are, there's a bridge, and the wall of light goes from literal floor to cavern ceiling, And as you learn from the Allseer, beyond, even. And there is 3 pathways through the security checkpoints.
Oh, one other thing I may have asked: can you teleport through them? Probably not, though, right?
No.
You can't really teleport in here, right? Because is teleportation blocked in here?
No. But you cannot teleport through the security checkpoints.
All right, because Wall of Force. Okay.
Yep.
Understood.
But in here, within the city, as long as you're not going beyond one of the security checkpoints, you're good.
Uh-huh.
Is this a wall? I think that goes to the city.
So the like wall there is essentially like stacked houses that you saw in the reference image from earlier.
Okay.
Kind of
I was like,
forming a perimeter. But they
yeah,
are
it was like, because it walls off the actually Animagus tree. That's why I was curious.
frequently they are there are barracks amongst them, like guard outposts and barracks.
All right, I never investigated. Hold on. Not terrible.
But there in the security checkpoints there are 3 walkways, so presumably to flow of traffic to separate, get people moving along instead of waiting in just one line.
Uh-huh.
But each of these guard outposts, there's a guard outpost first, and then the wall itself right behind them, and then there's another guard outpost on the other side.
So it's basically guard outposts on each side of the wall in between.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
For each of the security checkpoints, that holds true.
And then if we have a pass, can we just walk through the wall and take the damage? Is that how that worked?
If you have, yes, correct.
Okay, so it just prevents the wall from doing harm to us.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Right.
With your investigation, a lot of the buildings nearby, some of them were guards' barracks, where the guards were kind of like dormitories, but with defensible setups to a degree, not super extravagant. Like
This was the entrance.
They're not the outposts, but they're just places for the guards to do their rest, kind of like break room houses, essentially. Open pavilion-like areas, kind of very single-leveled, to where as soon as you enter these buildings, you can see every part of the space of the building from any point of the building.
Very open plan, huh?
Very open plan. And that holds true for the dormitory, like barracks of the guards. And then they have, rooms in the back where you find different beds, stuff like that. Some fish tanks, oddly. Like,
I presume no fish anymore?
nope. Definitely not.
Right.
Yeah, they get nuked with everyone else.
But what I mean is, like, big fish tanks. That enough space for, like, a medium-sized creature to roam freely.
Oh, okay, like for a Vidalcan.
Yeah, like a
Sort of
Vidalcan
random.
or Simic Hybrid. Or,
Something with
stuff like that.
kind of gills, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, do I find anything interesting in...
So, there's a bunch of strange materials all over the place that you don't recognize. All this very, like, white goldish color. It's in the silverware, it's in the furniture, occasionally. It kind of looks like, not exactly marble like outside, but like this white gold lustrous marble almost. But definitely differentiated from the marble buildings and structures. You find just a lot of strange ways to build very common items in this space. Very advanced ways, I guess you would think of it as.
I guess everything's probably saturated with magic in here. So,
Pretty much everything, yeah. Aside from like the floors itself, but even they have some prevention of deterioration.
Self-sweeping, maybe, sort of thing.
Yep.
Well, it's a barracks. Are there any weapons?
Not in here. This is strictly a sleeping place.
Right.
Very much so like a break room kind of deal, but much larger.
Was there any vouchers in there?
Not that you could find.
Well, shall we go to the fortress, taking a little peek inside buildings as we go?
There's also common items like clothes and the like that are preserved still, and household items like hairbrushes, anything that you might typically find in a civilian's household.
If I give the cloth a little poke with my spear, does it seem unusually durable?
Kind of bends like rubber a little bit. Not the spear, the clothing.
You'd hope, yeah.
Kind of flexes,
That would have been
indents, but
that would have been very interesting. Doesn't pierce though.
Doesn't pierce through unless you were intentionally trying to force past the resistance.
A little resistant, but not necessarily.
It's not going to give you resistant to damage, but it's going to prevent normal wear and tear, essentially.
I might tuck a set of those clothes in my bag.
All right. There's
Something the right size.
ever-changing designs throughout the many households, so whatever you can imagine they look like, feel free to describe them as such if it ever comes up.
Okay.
Because there's quite the wide array.
I have acquired unbreakable pajamas.
Damn straight.
All right. Shall we head towards Titan Guard, I guess, since that's the most accessible, important structure?
Yeah.
I would note we should probably head over carefully.
Yeah.
All right.
Shall we roll?
And we should be going anywhere in open areas, honestly.
Everyone.
No, we're skulking along the edges of the buildings. We're not out in the open.
Everyone, please roll.
I would suggest you.
A stealth check.
Yeah, I would suggest on Andelias you scout
Do you
ahead a
want
little
me
bit,
to
but not too far in
do it
case you
again?
encounter something.
Yes.
No,
Or-
I'll take your 22.
I would like to note that creatures have disadvantage to see me while I'm skulking along.
Good to know.
Oh yeah, because of my cloak.
Yeah.
What do you mean, door?
Oh, it's not mine no more.
You have advantage, so go ahead and roll one more time.
Oh.
Okay, still
No.
24. Still pretty good. All right.
24 is fine.
By any chance, is the structures here stone?
They are not. They are
Damn.
marble. Is marble stone? Now that I think about
Yes.
it.
Well, yes,
Marble
but
is
I
like
don't
a-
think that applies for what I was looking for.
Okay, so yes, they are stone then.
Well, no, I was looking for this.
Yeah, it's not rocky.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's kind of why
Quite.
I was like, yeah, no. I don't think marble counts for what I'm looking for.
Yeah, you're not married to marble.
You do find the cavernous aspect of the
Hold on a sec.
underground here and there.
Actually, he's kind of a light gray, isn't he? So he actually kind of does blend in with the stone.
Yeah, there are cavernous parts to the city of Kyseri too. This is still underground, so you could
Yeah.
potentially find a space suitable for that if you would need to. But as you're
Not everywhere,
moving
but-
openly through the city, or on
Yeah.
the outskirts
Okay.
of buildings, probably not.
I'll take that.
But if you needed to find
All
such
right.
an area to hunker down in, you could make use of that.
Is there a lot of foliage along the buildings?
None.
Well, so much for wild camouflage.
Yeah, no Mask of the Wild.
Okay. Collectively, we did pretty well, I think.
Not bad. Not bad.
So how far does that get us?
I was just gonna ask.
First, I need a d20 roll from somebody. Doesn't matter who.
Do you guys want me to do it, or
I
Let's
say
just go
who's
in
gonna
Discord
roll
order.
high?
I've
just-
had kind of iffy luck this.
I was gonna say just go in Discord order whenever he asks for one. So that'd be dragon first.
What? Oh, okay.
Make it simple.
19.
Isn't that alphabetical?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, Des is at the top. Dragon's next, then me, then Mordred, and then Andelias.
All right. So, which direction are you heading?
towards the
Titan Guards Fortress?
yeah?
All right.
This way.
Oh, he changed the scale.
He did.
So you guys get about to pass the first little neighborhood and into the second neighborhood. Kind of changing at this point. It also elevates. This is at an elevated position than the entrance where you are. It definitely goes up, and it's a bit more prominent households, even fancier than what you saw at the entrance, if that's possible. The outlines of the buildings are not only marble, but they're also like decorated marble. They've got different, like gilded, golden, perhaps, what do you call them? Windows, you know. The accents of the building to make them stand out further are more exemplary than this, the space you were at previously. It's about that time you start hearing a low guttural
From where?
around the corner. You're about to head towards this
So like right over here.
open square. Yes, nearby the entrance of where you think the Titan Guard fortress should be.
Shall I have a quick sneak ahead and see?
Possibly. We see glowing light from around the corner.
You do see lights still.
I meant from the growl, but
Oh no. Well, you can't really tell
worth the shot.
because there's
No.
still power in this part of the city.
It was worth a quick ask.
But you could perhaps see if you know.
Is it one of those things he was trying to warn us about?
You don't
That's
know
what I
yet.
was asking.
We'll have to find
It's around
out.
the corner.
Yeah. Alright, well, yeah, probably scout it.
Yeah, alright. Stealth?
We can use your 24 if you'd like.
I would
Yeah.
like that, yes, please.
Well, you have advantage on all of them, so. With the cloak.
Oh,
So,
well,
as you go around the corner, you see kind of an open. Not really market stalls, but stalls that were clearly getting ready for like warfare almost. Like weapon racks, etc. This was the Titan Guard fortress, and when the city fell, they were about to declare war on the gods. So this looks like a. They were about to, you know, get ready to march out, essentially.
mm-hmm.
So they've got stuff from inside the fortress deployed outside, and there's like a command desk where presumably somebody was taking like a keeping a logbook of inventory that was checked out, etc.
Curious to see that in a second.
But near the security checkpoint, as well as right at the entrance to between the Kyseri teleportation station and the Titan Guard fortress, this lumbering, green-skinned creature, almost bear-like in appearance, has streaks of red throughout its skin, and the front of it is almost ape-like. You know how like gorillas have the front of their chests are, instead of fur, more bare-chested almost. And kind of a grayish texture. This is more pink in texture, however. Almost like a grizzly bear mixed with a gorilla is what you're looking at, but green tinted skin. And there's two of them. Kind of just lumbering around. Deep, low growls occasionally, but...
I will risk a message back to describe what I've just seen. And to ask, what do you think the strategy is here? How should we...
Where are they sitting? Like just here in our pathway?
Essentially, one like right in front of the Titan Guard Fortress, and one on the opposite side of the Kyseri teleportation station.
Does it look like there's another entrance down here?
So it is a... Let me find that map so I can give you a better representation of the outside. So what you're seeing is a very jagged cliff drop and a bridge to the Titan Guard Fortress. And as far as you can see from here, it is the only bridge. And castle, it is essentially a castle. A complete fortress.
Right, so this would be the way in where these two
And it
gorilla bears are.
Looks like a 150-foot drop if you had to guesstimate real quick.
And the odds are good that there's security
Yeah.
to keep people out of the fortress, not entering through the front door.
And the wall itself is about 300 feet tall of a fortress, so it's pretty substantial.
There's like bushes and things on this map. Are there bushes?
No vegetation at all.
Nothing at all. Any rocks I could pick up and maybe throw to have one go in a direction?
You could find a rock, yeah.
Alright,
Let's do that. Just break modifier.
throw that fairly far away from me. As far as I can. Accuracy isn't the goal so much as getting it far away from me and seeing what its reaction will be.
Got you. Make a strength check then.
Oh no.
Could you like shoot it some way with your bow?
I mean, I don't have a sling or anything.
Man. Always keep a spare sling.
I mean, it is light.
Yeah, I'm not looking for a particularly hard DC or anything, but
Oh, that's the same. Well, it's the same thing, I think.
yeah, it's the same either way. 11 gets...
Can't you use... Couldn't you use your bow as a...
Well, that would have an obvious point it came from.
improvised sling?
No.
It'd be the same thing.
You ever tried to follow
improvised
Berevan?
weapon you don't get proficiency in unless you have the Tavern Brawler feat.
Yeah, no.
So it'd be
I
the
was
same
kinda
either way.
just thinking of tying a rock to an arrow.
But anyway, it gets
And
sufficient.
mine are made of energy, anyways.
I was just looking for a 10, so the
Ooh, good.
it gets sufficiently far enough away that it wouldn't, backfire on you and be too close to your direction for them to, start looking in your area instead of...
Oh, are we supposed to be
intended.
seeing a map
No.
for Titan Guard Fortress yet? No, okay.
I will reveal that if that is, once you get there.
Right, alright.
The full...
So, the gorilla bear.
But They both turn their head towards it. And charge that direction a bit.
So they both heard it and charged that way.
You could try and sneak past them now.
Yeah, perhaps with further rocks being chucked.
And I will make an active perception check for them each now.
Disadvantage.
No, that's just against you. We're farther away, but
Oh, true.
Well, you guys are behind total cover currently, so
Hmm.
they can't see you at all currently.
this is true.
Unless they're gorilla bears with X-ray vision.
But needless to say, they don't see you.
Okay, good.
But they're definitely investigating the area that you threw that rock in.
Do we want to try and sneak around?
We could try to sneak through.
Perhaps throw another rock further away?
You think you can get up to the Titan Guard's fortress, see if there's a way in?
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, maybe I should go and check the fortress door.
See if
before
it's
everyone-
unlocked before we all...
Yeah, before we commit. Alright, yeah.
Okay. You successfully stealth and sneak near to the bridge, as you saw. Well, the bridge leads to a front gate made of a wall of light, exactly like the security checkpoints that you saw in the distance.
Annoying. So there was that table with, you said, like, reports on what is,
Yes.
like, cargo reports, what they have,
Mhm.
where it is. That feels like a leadership table. I feel like I could probably find a badge to get through there
Definitely
around that area.
kind of a quartermaster
Yeah.
type of official. Make me an investigation check, please. And I will open some separate notes.
Oh, nice. I would like to take a
Cool.
look at that manifest as well.
Alright. So I'll give you the manifest first. So that's what's immediately on the table. So that is, the current business they were doing before disappearing into oblivion. As you see, the humanoid-shaped cloud of the purple dust that you've seen before left over, but in the shape of a humanoid, right at the desk. So, it goes on, it's a list. It shows 12 battalions, essentially. And different leaders and captains for each one. It shows essentially how many of each item was issued and checked out for this venture. It says 250 counts of Kyseri protective chest plates, 300 counts of Intuit charges, 15 counts Kyseri security cannons, 100 counts of the gloves of magic suppression, and 5 counts officer badges. 150 counts of potions of rejuvenation. 200 counts of Phoenix tier potions. 300 counts of standard Kyseri healing potions. 70 counts of displacement potions, 20 counts of diamond skin potions, and it goes on. A few more kind of potions, different things like that. Javelins, spears, that kind of stuff.
Right.
More weaponry.
It's tough for fighting a war. Wait, hold up. This is all written in Kyseri. Do I read Kyseri?
No. Whoopsie.
Wish I had noticed that. That's going to pose a problem for everything we do in this city. Should have gotten like a little primer book on Kyseri from the Allseer.
I don't know if anybody in the party has comprehend languages or anything like that.
I do!
You do? Oh, well, why didn't
do.
you say so?
Because I'm at the back.
Fair enough.
All right, well, I will bring that back to him after I'm done sort of looking around the table for badges or anything.
You don't find a badge. In fact, the humanoid shapes, you don't see any of their clothing or garb or anything they had on them. Quite possibly disintegrated along with them themselves.
Interesting. Inconvenient. That means a goodly portion of the badges have probably been disintegrated.
The ones that weren't, on hold or, backups, stuff like that.
Well, those 5 badges that were mentioned, they would have been checked out, right?
Yes.
So those have been destroyed, probably. Well, I have no way to get in the fortress. I have no way to read the manifest. I guess... How far away are they?
From where you were, about 300 feet, I'm going to say.
Too far for a message? I'm going to have to sneak back. Which I guess I will do.
We'll keep your others since they're currently distracted. So you make it back safely.
Thank you. All right. I found this manifest, which I cannot read. If there were any badges, it seems that they may have been disintegrated with the people who were wearing them.
Did you look in cupboards and whatnot, or just what we can work with that?
Say what?
If there's any lockboxes, that would probably be what the badges are.
Possibly. Did I see any lockboxes over there?
Not in that location.
Well,
That's a different issue altogether.
I guess we'll have to start someplace else. Possibly the teleportation station. It's possible that new arrivals are given them.
It's true.
I'll be back in a sec.
Okay.
Yeah, but how do we get to the Kyseri teleportation station?
We fight.
is right in front of that. That's where the bears are sitting currently, isn't it?
They're a little more over here now.
Okay, so probably around that. Probably.
They're kind of hovering in this general area.
Mhm.
So is there windows in the building to the left here?
The residential ones, yes. Curious to note they are all like open windows. Almost like arrow slits, but like a little wider. It's a very open city, actually. Didn't seem to be any like doors that you found were not locked. The windows, you could freely crawl through them if you wanted to.
Fairly safe.
Can I-
with the reasons,
While in stealth, can I peek inside the window to the left here
You can.
to see if there's like any of those vouchers or the commander badges?
Make an investigation check. You don't find any vouchers. This definitely looks like a more expensive or noble residence, perhaps. And you do find they're gold coins, but they are imprinted with different platings that you've never seen before. You find about 122 such gold coins.
It was the platinum vouchers for the museum.
You don't find any of those, as I said.
I know. Was I right about the platinum voucher? It was the platinum for the museum.
Yeah.
Yes. So we may find useful in case they have automated jobs. It's not a bad idea to have those.
What did I miss?
We found coins. Not of like the kind we know.
It was the
Ooh.
It's 122 gold coins, but they are imprinted with essentially a skeletal-looking man on one side and a rather gaunt-faced Vidalkin on the other side.
I'm
So
assuming one of
presumably
those
the two
lich.
leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah, Temelt Kyburn and Erugal Dowd.
Yeah. And my theory was it might not be bad to grab them in case the shops are automated.
You're very robot-y.
Am I?
Yes.
He said he intends to. It might be a good idea to grab them in case the shops are automated.
Ah. Indeed.
Am I better
Okay.
now?
Couldn't hurt. Yes, you are.
Perfect.
Oh, then it just did it again.
Fuck.
It's when you talk quiet, I think, or something. Because the fuck came in perfectly clear.
Of course it did, because I'm swearing at the thing. It likes to catch that.
Yeah, that was better.
Is there
I moved the mic much closer.
Is there anybody
Try.
inside?
There are 4 humanoid shaped clouds in the building. 2 in bed, and 1 in what appears to be like a butler's chamber. That was standing and kind of bent over his dresser. And another that was kind of in the process of cooking in the kitchens. You can kind of tell by the shapes, and there's food supplies out and ready that are.
So
I'm assuming 7.1 levels.
I'm guessing it's a sleight of hand check to see how many of the.
Of the?
Of the what?
To grab those gold coins.
Why? There's no people.
I was like, there's no one here. Just
Okay,
grab
so
them.
I just grabbed them all then.
Yeah.
I thought that was.
These people are not existing
There-
people. They're
There's
disintegrated.
no one here. Yeah.
It's just the weird, freaky monsters, and there's no citizens
There's
left here.
assimilated clouds in place of citizens.
Like, when the dust destroyed this place, it left clouds in the shape of the people who were standing there before they were immediately destroyed.
Yep.
Okay.
And those are
It's
still
just a
around, but the people
haunting
are gone.
visage. Yeah, no, it's just a haunting visage of what once was here.
You do notice when you get close to the clouds, you kind of get that wheezing feeling in your lungs that you got originally. So you might want to keep your distance at
Right,
least a
so
little
don't
bit.
breathe the dead people.
No, usually breathing dead things is not recommended.
Yes, it is
No, to each their own, I guess.
very much still an active substance. Probably still volatile, too.
No flames.
Oh, good.
But which direction would you like to go, party?
I feel like maybe the plan is just keep exploring houses until we find a key card that lets us get to a better key card that lets us get to a better key card sort of a situation.
I will say you find a couple of citizens' keycards in that house too.
Wouldn't that at least give us passage through the security checkpoints?
Some of them, yes.
We don't know which ones yet.
Oh, wait a second. Can we tell from, like, clues in the area? Is this the military quarter, the section we're stuck in behind checkpoints?
Yes.
Okay.
So,
Which means we may require a military keycard to get through the checkpoints that lead into this area.
I will say on the 2 security checkpoints you've seen so far, the one down here was a level 3, and the one
This one?
and the one right here is a level 1.
Okay, so we could probably use the
Or a
civilian
level
to get
2,
through
sorry.
here. Okay, never mind. And you said 3 stages were civilian, officer, and then VIP?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so we need a VIP to get to the tree.
Annoying.
So-
The closest thing might be the farthest thing. And we'd probably need a level 2 to get into, at least to get into Titan Guard.
I would assume the same case for the armory.
Yeah.
We could probably get into the archives with just a civilian. How many civilian cards did we find?
I would say 3 so far.
Okay, because we were told we need 1 per person.
Oh yeah, it does look like there's a path around the back. We can go all the way around.
Yeah, we can head
Oh
this
no!
way
Wait,
towards
is
the
that
archives.
no? There's a security checkpoint there. Let's see.
No, right here. Look at my line.
Oh, can you think?
Would that work to get to the archives?
From the map, it's possible.
Whether there's an entrance to the building up here, that's another question.
What I'm saying is you can't see. Like, you don't know what it looks physically, but you
This
know
is true.
that the road leads there.
We could also try to go through the teleportation station.
Yep, there is an entrance to the teleportation station that was not an arcane barrier. Just physical doors. These very nice, like, golden...
That seems like a good place to start.
Yeah, but that's also where the bears are over here. So
this
we would have to stealth by them, or
this here looked to be an alleyway. You're not certain, but
okay. Yeah, I don't think Des made this map, so it's not going to be 100% accurate.
Yeah.
no.
Des likes his 3D buildings, not the 2D ones.
I keep the real layout like in my head, so
Yeah,
it's always fun.
always ask to clarify anything.
True. All right. You want to try and get through the teleportation station?
I mean, while we're here, it'd be a nice way in.
Okay.
If we can get to the Urlight office, we maybe can shut off the security checkpoints.
Yes, that's part of it. What do we need to get to the Urlight office again? We need to get in the archives to get the master key.
Yep, the master key from the archives to get into the head engineer's office to be able to relocate power.
That's what it was. All right.
Okay. Shall we try to sneak over?
Might as well.
All right, roll a stealth check.
Advantage?
For you, yep.
Okay, not horrible.
Not bad, not bad. Not bad, not bad.
Ah, well,
well.
And
All right, Mordred was
everyone else did okay.
Mordred was the deciding role.
Andelias kind of made up for Mike's.
All right.
Ah, shit.
And then I'll roll a separate one for disadvantage on Andelias. All right. That averages out to being lower than your all stealth, even though Mike kind of dragged it down a little bit.
Luckily, we rolled decently well on the others.
The
look,
gorilla-like bear creatures have sufficiently been drawn away and have investigated wherever that sound came from and have moved out of the area successfully.
Thank you, Andelias.
No problem.
And you do not draw attention as you make it to the doorway of the Kyseri teleportation station.
on the way there, you said there was like tables out.
Mm-hmm.
This might be just can I just use my passive just to see if there's like any shields on those tables?
What's your passive?
Passive perception is 14.
You don't see any shields. In fact, the weaponry is all gone. So clearly these people like marched out already. You also don't see, hundreds of the cloud people, as we'll call them from now on.
Yeah, okay.
So they had received their equipment and marched out when they had, perished. When the city had perished, at least. But you see these very nice set of golden double doors Solid doors, mind you. So.
The Kyseri teleportation station or the
Kyseri teleportation station.
This station.
Every time I say Kyseri, Siri activates.
That's your problem. So
Does it look like these doors can be opened quietly?
How big are these doors?
A normal humanoid sized. A little taller.
You know what? I'm going to trust Kyseri craftsmanship on this one. I bet they don't squeak even a little bit.
Like a glove, they open and swing, and on the swing they kind of squeak a little bit, but they're essentially French doors.
Oui.
Just very decorative. But so what you see is not quite what you were expecting. The inside is much larger than you were expecting, for one. But there is 8 skull dragon heads on the ground, about 10 feet by 10 feet. Kind of in rows, there's also pillars separating them all. There is 6 different teleportation circles lining the sides of the walls. One of them, the back left from entering, is glowing and active. The others appear to be dormant. But there's an additional 2 along the back wall. Behind, this catches your attention immediately, and some of your jaws may even drop. There is a pedestal with 4 staircases leading up to it, and this spherical device on the ground emanating energy, and what appears to be a miniaturized moon hovering and swirling in the air above it. But it looks like a moon. Kind of reddish and blue in color.
By chance, is it the same one Dulcie or something?
No.
Okay.
There is also, in the corner of the room, a large, huge, sentinel construct of some sort.
Moving?
Lying dormant.
can I see if there's a trap underneath the moon orb thing?
Make a perception check. And I will go ahead and bring you all to this map. And feel free to drag your tokens on it. Once I get there. Where are we? There we are.
Because I know if I remember the vision.
You may have to drag us because we don't know where we are.
No, you should. Remove dynamic lighting.
Yep, do it.
But this is where you entered.
Which entrance did we come in at?
Only one. You find.
Oh, it's bigger than what I was thinking.
You do see a staircase back here. But it was a 2-story building from the outside, and a long, lengthy, hallway almost like a T. But you don't see any of that here. You just see this room currently and a staircase in the back.
Well, I don't like it. He has a token.
Staircase where?
In the back here.
Over. Okay.
I'm sorry, that would be behind the Guardian token.
If I remember correctly, the vision I got from when I got the curse removed,
Mm-hmm.
the moon goddess, whatever, said to save the moon.
Onyxia, yeah.
I think she was referring to her moon in the sky.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
not this one. This is just some sort of device made to look like a moon, but...
Yeah, but like...
What you see with... Oh, go ahead.
Like, Mike is like... Well, it's probably not thinking that right now, because 6 intelligence.
Hmm.
I gotta save the moon!
I gotta save the moon!
Real quick, right, what you see with your perception is the device on the floor is spinning as well. And with it, as it moves, the moon does too, in the same sort of pattern and flow. It's almost imitating a real, like, cycle, rotation that it would follow if it were a real moon. It's kind of rotating freely around the outer perimeter of this staircase, essentially.
What a fancy train station.
Okay, which moon does it resemble more?
Neither. Not
Doesn't look
Krygon,
like a moon we're familiar with.
nor Kyseri, no.
Does our world know about other planets in the solar system? Is that common knowledge?
The college boy probably would know, but
Yeah, I was like, Anthony would know because I remember he saying he actually liked astrology. So
I don't think it would be generally taught, though.
No, okay. So not basic knowledge. My friend who isn't here would know. Damn jam, I believe.
There is 6 known planets, though. I will give you that.
Oh.
Okay, so we know
You just
of
may not
planets.
know
we may not know what they are, where
Intimate
they are.
knowledge of them or anything like that.
There are other planets. That's about all I care to learn. It's better.
Alternatively, knowing the Kyserians, I feel like maybe they just shrunk a moon and put it in their train station.
That's dope.
It's not even the weirdest thing. Like, we saw that one, guys.
That's true.
Murden's trophy room. This would not be out of place there if he actually stole the moon.
So my theory ain't out of the ordinary then.
Well, now the moon that we know of that we think was being talked about is still in the sky, so it's probably not this one, but...
Yeah. So, I'll give you... The planet you're on is Crichton, of course. But there are...
Yeah.
I think this is the first time I've heard this.
I definitely went over it.
It was
We
explained
did our
before.
character, like, created characters and explained
Yeah,
the
it was
world,
like originally.
There are 8 in the solar system. My apologies. That you know of, currently. Probably don't know their specific names. Maybe 1, maybe 2. But...
One
I know the one I'm on, and that's
them-
about it. Anthony
one
knows
of them
a
is
bit
called
more.
Pluto.
I'll roll if you want me to, I'll roll an intelligence check for Anthony. If you want more information. In fact, let's add a new skill to everybody's character sheets.
Astronomy.
Exactly.
You talked about doing this, I remember.
I'm doing it because fuck it. It comes up more often than not in my world, so
Is that what, plus intelligence?
Yeah, definitely intelligence.
I got a
Well, I
+1.
would think it's technically a part of nature, wouldn't it be?
It can be, but
I mean, it's a little more.
it's a little broader than just nature.
I guess maybe if you just wanted to know the cycles of the moons around your planet, that'd be nature. But other planets, that feels like a.
Well, I remember talking with this one night. I was like, because astronomy came up in the thing, and then later in the night we were talking about it would be not horrible to have each character for, development's sake, be able to choose one sub skill that isn't commonly used
Yeah. So what I'm
amongst like
gonna do for this campaign, since we're adding in it kind of impulsively.
Yeah.
At level 10, I will let everybody select an additional skill proficiency. If they want to take it, they can, but they could take something else instead.
Like an oddly specific thing?
Yeah. Exactly. But for now, we'll just add it, and I'll make him roll an astronomy check.
You should be proficient, I think, is what we talked about.
I can't wait for him to come back and be like, what is astronomy and why is it on my sheet?
But, yeah. Oh, well, there's Crichton, which we're on, and Varicose. It's the nearest to us. There's Erethes, and then Hyperion, and Maladrex. There's Iridian, Gordranus, Dragothoth, and Sirius. In that order, they're closest to furthest away from us.
Okay.
I got Varicose and Erethus.
Somebody, I will copy and paste it, but or I'll type it out. But somebody copy and paste it into the party notes for me, pretty please.
I got you.
Do we circle around some form of sun?
Oh yeah, there's 2 suns.
Yeah, I thought that would be covered before.
I did, definitely.
You covered the like funky periods of time where it's like constantly light and then constantly dark and then the in between spot.
Yeah, on the final month of the year. But there are.
Oh, yeah, right now.
That's just for your continent. On other parts of the world, it's light all the time, dark all the time, accordingly.
We are on a massive planet, after all.
It is the size of Jupiter, mind you. Roughly.
Wow.
Oh, I hate how it separated it.
I got you. I will fix that.
But those are the 8 known planets.
Ow. Brady's beating me to it.
Spoilers, there are more, but in your solar system, but yeah. Those are the ones currently in this time period that is known.
Are we the beginning or the end? Or are we somewhere in the middle?
That was the planets, right?
You would be between Hyperion and Maladrex. Crichton would be.
How do I spell Kyseri? Wait, Crichton. Kyseri is where we're at.
Kryton.
Thank you.
Wait, these are closest to farthest from what? If there's 2 suns, are the 2 suns next to each other?
The suns are pretty much on opposite sides of the planet. But the bigger sun is what you all rotate around.
Yeah, there's a primary star and a
Okay.
secondary star.
And the smaller star is much further away,
Alright.
but still visible. Still visible in the sky, but very definitely much smaller. In comparative to your big one. Where is... Okay, there it is. So, your small son is called Cathicus, and the big son is Dremis.
Okay, yeah.
Dremis, Dremes. MIS.
And Dremis is like a neutron star color. Kind of this deep reddish purple and white mixed coloration. Or it's what's considered a pulsar star, I'm sorry. Neutron is all white, whitish blue.
Yep.
And it is massive.
I was like, one of them is really small. I don't remember which one.
So a pulsar star is like a highly magnetized rotating neutron star that emits beams of electromagnetic radiation out of its magnetic poles.
I think it's a smaller one, isn't it? That emits just larger quantities. Same gravity, just more condensed. I think I don't remember.
Exceedingly stronger magnetic fields.
Yeah, it's more powerful. I just don't remember size-wise.
Okay.
Space knowledge.
Astronomy written down.
It is now in party points.
Thank you, sir. And the moons are Krygon and Kyseri.
I should have those.
I should have asked this a little bit earlier when we were talking about it. For the fighting substat, the Huntsman subclass, where you add the astronomy, the thing that you just added to the
No.
level?
No. Animal handling, survival, and nature's fine for that subclass. I don't believe a huntsman would particularly know about planets. He might know about particular stars to, guide himself, but that's survival. So that's already covered.
Okay.
But Krygon is a deep blue coloration, but does not glow very brightly at all. And Kyseri is more violet in hue. But yeah, nice little astronomy lesson right quick. But you do see different notations above the teleportation circles. All but the one leading to Tora Nuk, which you can see annotated above it, is dormant.
Can we read that?
No.
But, I mean, we'd assume this is Tora Nuk because he said it's the only one that's still functional.
Correct. You see the apostrophe and then 3 letters that you don't know, and you know it's the only one active, so you can assume such.
Gosh, we really need someone with the archaeologist background for this.
Who had comprehend languages? Did you cast it?
I had not yet.
Do us all a favor and comprehend some languages for us.
Was it ritual?
I think so, but I don't know if sorcerers can do that.
It is, but sorcerers are not ritual casters, sadly.
Can I not?
Unless they have the ritual caster feat.
Fuck.
See, I need locate objects. I need Misty Step. Useful, but not the magic bullet we need for the situation.
Yeah, sadly, sorcerers are not ritual casters.
I thought I could ritual cast still. I didn't realize I couldn't at all.
Yeah, I learned this a long time ago when I picked Identify as a spell for a sorcerer, and then I'm like, ah, fuck.
There's no I would not have taken that if I realized that. I didn't even realize that. Well, that's some bullshit.
I mean, it's still useful,
Yeah.
it just limits your combat capability, sadly.
I think
Yeah.
you need,
No.
like I said, I think you need the ritual caster feat.
Yeah, but I
Oh, yeah, that
don't really
works.
have time to take that feat. I don't want to. It's
Uh,
not on my list of shit to do. Alright, yeah, fuck it. I guess I'll cast the spell. I've got it for an hour.
Alright.
That's still bullshit, damn. It's wrong. It gives me the option to cast as ritual right here.
I know. I'm sorry, buddy. I believe in
It's some bullshit.
1 D&D or whatever they're calling it these days, all casters are ritual casters. Except for
I don't know why I'm
the full,
not.
all the full casters, anyway.
Yeah. Wouldn't actually then isn't Sorcerer the only one that isn't?
In regular D&D, I think... I can't remember. And
I'm pretty
bards
sure that
are...
is.
Warlocks
Druid?
aren't, I believe.
Are they not? Oh, no,
Alright,
but they
I'm
get
going-
the
No, I'm
they
going
can
through
get
each.
ritual
I'm
spells.
going through each full caster and looking now.
Druids are not ritual casters.
Druids are ritual casters.
Oh, they are. I did not list it in their features, though,
Bards are. Clerics are.
at first glance.
Warlocks aren't, but they're a weird one.
Druids are.
I know Druids are a ritual caster.
Yeah, it doesn't show it in this, like, features of the table, but then when I scroll down, it's there, so... Yeah.
Yeah, so sorcerers are literally the only full caster that isn't. That's some bullshit.
And warlocks.
Warlocks are not exactly full casters.
They're
They're
pseudo full
basically-
casters.
They get the same power as full casters, but they're not full casters.
Well, they get
Yeah.
6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th level spells, just not in the form of
Just
spell slots.
One of each.
Yes.
But, yeah, sad times.
Alright, well,
I'll house
some
rule it
bullshit.
to allow it. Because I like sorcerers, so fuck it.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you.
yes, that would save me so much trouble. What the fuck do you mean they don't get that?
Yeah,
I'd never noticed that before now.
it's a weird choice, honestly. I'm cool with all full casters being able to ritual cast, just not half casters or quarter casters.
I don't think half casters ever get the ability. I didn't see any at least.
I don't think they do, but if it says it on their thing, then they still have it. But I don't know if any of them do.
Actually, artificers get it as well, don't they?
Maybe.
I'm going through everything right now.
Alright, so what's listed above each of them? To no surprise, that one is Toranok. Translated into common. The very left one, Avalentia. Middle, Zeracania. Bottom left, Daxtrin. Bottom right, Arcania. And the bottom right, that's behind the golem, is Aramania. The Ivory Spire. Specifically, it says. The top, the two right here that are kind of harder to see, is Asker is the top one, and Elariel is the bottom one. The only two names on the entire thing that look familiar is the Ivory Spire in Armenia, Zeracania, and Avalentia. You know Avalentia because it's been mentioned by the Kyseri people, like Endemayan, and that Astaraloth, first one, Daelkir, that Anthony talked to, was planning a war against them. And Tornok, of course. If you translate, though, Mike recognizes the name Daxtrin immediately, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Because that is the continent he's from.
Right.
That's true. The place of hell.
Maybe it was nicer back in the day. Or
Look.
worse, who knows?
Look, I was enslaved by giants, kidnapped by kobolds. So that's why it's a place of hell for me.
Fair.
The construct in the back right of the room is definitely dormant, but you see his chest plate is still flowing with this red molten energy type of feel.
Right.
So he presumably still has power to him.
Yeah.
You're not sure.
And I get the feeling we shouldn't probably try to wake him. Though there doesn't appear to be an exit out the back. Like I thought maybe.
Yeah, it's bigger on the inside, yes.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You put your teleportation network in a demi-plane, so if there's an invasion, you can just cut it off.
Has this guardian been looking at us?
It's dormant.
Real?
Oh, alas, it's too big for me.
So Cloud... Wait. I wanted to say Cloud Giant, but...
It's metal.
Giant Room?
Oh, you want to know if you recognize them as giant-style runes or some other kind of runes?
Yes.
But possibly one you could make, because you have seen giant runes before.
Yeah, it'll lower the DC, essentially.
So...
Sure, I'll help you.
Yeah, why not?
So I'll be at advantage then?
Yeah, if he's helping you and you both are proficient.
I'm not
I'm
proficient.
Oof.
I mean, we knew that.
I am proficient, though.
If anyone's the opposite of proficient in Arcana, it is right there.
Are you so not proficient that it'd be better for me just to roll on my own?
Probably. I have a -2 in Arcana.
Yeah, I'll just roll.
Is there another one of you amongst the party that...
Yes, I will. I have like a +4.
So, Mike, go ahead and roll me an Arcana check straight, and then the other person getting assisted can roll with advantage.
3.
Yeah.
Kind of as expected, really.
Don't recognize anything on the sword. 16,
Slightly
however.
better. Not great.
Definitely not based
I
in,
just-
in giant magic.
Okay.
Much.
I just want to. This is just a roll just to see if I would have had advantage, if it would have helped at all.
Can I tell if it's defensive or offensive
No,
rolls?
not really,
That
no.
roll?
Offensive. Extremely.
Offensive. Yeah,
Well,
kind of
it's
figured
a
since it was on the sword.
so-
Yeah.
But it is absurdly powerful. You gather.
Absurd as in probably don't mess with it. And it's blocking a doorway.
In fact,
um,
you feel like if it could cut air, it would be doing so just by proximity.
Okay. Let's not go any closer if we can avoid it.
You know, in the heat and like metal, you see that like rippling air effect. It's kind of doing
Mhm.
that just always.
Kind of thing where the only part of your AC that matters is dexterity.
The only part of your
no.
AC that matters is hit points.
Yeah, I was like, AC is the question. It's more of how many times can you survive being hit by it, not how will you get hit by it.
That's probably none. Maybe 2.
What you gather is you don't think anything can resist this blade's damage. For one.
Oh.
For one. As well as there's definitely some sort of like deterioration on hit effect. But that's the most you can gather.
oh, boy.
Right. I mean, I want that sword. I don't want that sword anywhere near me. How do you even make a scabbard for that? It cuts right through the scabbard. It's terrible.
The golem's not wearing
Probably
one.
why it's just sitting there.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't have a scabbard. Because it wouldn't do anything. Just fall right through.
Okay. We may want to leave here because, well, there isn't a way out the back like I had hoped into the.
There is a
plaza.
staircase behind the golem.
No,
Just offering that. I mean,
I'm good.
I would like to, once we're all out
I'll
the
take
door,
the bear gorilla things.
I would like to throw a rock next to the golem after we are all out the door.
Oh, bad. Why would you do that?
you do it.
Sure.
Oh, fuck.
Roll a stealth check, each of you. Pretty please.
No, they're out the door.
I know. Doesn't mean they can't be perceived.
Yeah, I was like, this is a bad idea. Why would you do this? That was.
I apologize in advance.
I got the higher roll first anyway.
Advantage.
Yep, advantage for you.
Well, that brings our average up a little.
And he has disadvantage
Mordred.
against perceptions versus
Yeah.
just you. You lucky dog.
Mordred lost the mic.
Alright. Immediately upon hitting the floor and tattering near his space, the golem's head jumps up in alert and starts sweeping. This molten, like red, like laser kind of shines throughout the room, inspecting every square inch of the place right as you duck out and shut the door. Narrowly
Yeah,
missing
okay.
its gaze.
Proximity based. If we run into any more of these things, we know.
Yeah, and it grabs the sword immediately too. And then you kind of hear it
I-
start walking.
No, was it only when
Great,
it heard
you
the
woke it up.
clatter?
What's that?
Now, did it snap away when the rock entered its vicinity, or when it clattered?
When it clattered.
Okay, so
You
it's
just
not
woke it up.
vicinity based; it's sensory based.
But you duck out and shut the doors, narrowly missing its gaze.
What did it roll on perception?
Mm-hmm.
27.
And I'm assuming that was the lower of the two because it hit disadvantage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sadly, the disadvantage was 29 was the higher roll. But
Okay, you narrowly avoided it with a 19. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe don't tempt the robot who's designed to patrol one of their
Well,
probably more
true,
guarded places.
true. But again, we have learned something here, potentially valuable.
At nearly the cost of our lives.
also, the metal makeup of
Not
it was
necessarily.
something you've never seen before.
But that's everything here.
That's true. It's kind of this white gold, similar to stuff you've seen outside of more secure buildings like the Titan Guard Fortress.
You want to take us back to the map?
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
To the
Yeah, if we
Play
come
our
back
next
here, it's
course
to make a
now.
mad dash to into the portal.
Well, presumably it's a sentry designed to, protect the place from, like, criminal or invasionary type. You might be able to get past it if you had a pass of some sort.
Yeah.
It's definitely clearly like a sentinel of some kind that's probably programmed to just protect the space.
Yeah, no, but I also don't know that we have proper clearance yet. The only thing we have is 3 civilian passes. AKA, not enough for 4 of us.
Yep, currently unsure.
So it looks like farther northward is more military based. You said?
Yes. Kind of this whole section of the city. Whoops.
This way in north. Okay.
Like right here is very military based in the inner part of that perimeter.
And that's about all we can see for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. What is south of this? We could see more civilian or more higher end?
From what you could tell, was still military, like right here.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other half of that, it was almost more political buildings, like parliamentary looking.
Possible VIP stuff. Possible,
Yeah,
vestige
so
pass.
maybe worth it to start heading southward.
Yeah.
All right. So which route are you going through? Back this way?
I think so.
Okay.
Are there alleys that lead through?
There are alleys, yes.
He means to here.
Like you
Wait,
could
so
potentially go right here.
we did not come out this side?
No. You guys went out the same door.
I thought there was like a wall there or something impassable.
From what you've seen from this side, which is the doorway you went into, you've seen the long station, which was the building you were in. You did not notice the T section at all, but it is clearly what makes up the second floor. But there wasn't a doorway on this side. So this, the T part is like overarching the bottom floor.
Right.
Oh, we didn't see that while we were in there.
Maybe from outside. You can kind of see, up above.
I don't know.
Well, there was a staircase and doors beyond the Guardian, but
Yeah, so it may have led to a second floor, but I also didn't want to tempt fate with the Guardian.
So behind the station,
At least
is that
not yet.
higher or lower?
higher. about 300 feet of difference.
All right.
Is there any way up
So
there?
the
other
path
than
would have
just solid
slanted
climb?
upwards.
Mm-hmm. Yep, this was an incline quite heavily. And
Between here and here, is there an incline, or
uh,
just heading this way?
when you go to this alley, it's a sheer cliff up on this perimeter right here.
Do we think it would be possible to get up by climbing or flying?
It's definitely
Well,
possible.
we have enough to fly, but we were warned very heavily against
Yes.
taking highways.
Hmm.
So, while yes, we have the capability to fly up there, especially with just 4 of us, because I can carry someone because I can fly. And you have a broom to help.
Well, I mean, it can ferry people back and forth, potentially.
However, I don't think it's wise to fly with the warnings we were given.
Yeah, you are correct.
Essentially, this whole part right here is higher.
Yeah. There is no security checkpoint if we go this way in here.
Yeah, this whole inner part right here is higher.
A little lower, there's a security checkpoint. We can go past that?
Yeah, we can navigate around it.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Hmm.
And then there's
Or
a
Either
so
way.
the map says.
It's true. Yeah, but it does look like there are ways, well, like right here, there's a pathway right here.
In the same vein, isn't the section with the animagus tree lower?
you haven't seen yet.
I mean, just based on the map we were given.
Well, there's no elevation to it. To the map itself. It's not like a 3D rendering.
Wasn't there a 3D rendering when he showed it off with magic?
It was flat.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind.
In which case, maybe we could jump down? Or
Yeah, possibly.
find some way.
Clearly on the map, there's a staircase here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that also seems to staircase downwards. Or upwards?
Well.
Or maybe it's an arch? I don't
I
know.
was like, it's
It's-
2D, we can't really.
It's upwards on here, but rely on the physical descriptions.
Right, so we don't know.
Well, I don't know. If I just look across, can I see the tree?
Well, when you started out here and we're going, basically it curves right here, of course, but
Yeah.
the security checkpoint is a massive bridge, and then the 3 entryways, and the wall of lights are opaque, if you remember. So
Yeah, we cannot see through them.
Hmm.
I think our best bet is either A, try and go northward if we're just trying to get to like the armory way. We can go all the way around. Probably either
I
find a way
guess,
into the
yeah.
armory, get in here, or we could also head southward and try and find a higher quality key card in the more.
you get the sense the
Political
security
district.
checkpoints that are on the map given to you, notated, are the ones active. They're not the only security checkpoints. There's the ones with active power.
I see.
So yeah, there probably is more shutting off ways, but because not everything is powered on, we can navigate around.
Let's just say I have some that are hidden still
Yeah.
on the map.
Alright, so the security isn't perfect because some of them are down.
Mhm.
So we could just run around the long way.
Mm-hmm.
it's basically that way it becomes a maze instead of being stuck.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to go down and to the left? Try to make
Yeah.
it all the way around to the armory.
I see two options. Yeah, we've got one that could go up through this way, and that would be more of a direct route.
Oh yeah.
Versus this one, which would lead us through the more political district, which, in my mind, might lead towards higher quality key cards like VIP shit.
Yeah. I think we
And-
should investigate the nicest houses we find too.
Yeah, so that would be
Along the
probably
way, yeah.
over this way. This would also take us by the manor, which is there was something else that we were supposed to look for.
If anything valuable, it would probably be definitely there.
A bit of a longer way around, but
My biggest concern is the longer we travel, the more likely we are to run into something horrifying.
That's exactly what this setup is designed to do. Yes.
So I wonder if the northern route isn't the way to do first. Get to the armory, maybe get some upgrades.
quite literally half the distance. Less than.
That seems the way then. We should at least check up that way to see what that area looks like it is.
I'm done.
All right. Feel free to move your tokens. Instead of your characters, why don't we just get the party token on this space?
That's
as well?
what I said
Yeah.
earlier.
Might have been when you were
No, we have to
robotic.
have a bunch of separate tokens so a dragon can go split the party and go off on his own someplace.
There you go.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
You,
There you go.
You want me to split from the party?
Yeah,
Is that it?
of course.
Well, if you
Sounds
wish
like
to
a great
die,
idea.
of course.
Honestly, it might make our decks, our stealth checks better. But no, I think we should go as a group.
No access give you said.
Look, it could have been worse if I didn't have the mithril.
Oh yeah, that would be much worse.
Alright, so I guess we just head up this way right now and being cautious along
Yeah.
the way.
Keep an eye out for points that look like they may contain valuable things, because that's probably where the good key cards are.
There's neighborhoods over here we can look into.
So, I'd like another group stealth check, as well as a perception check, and a d20 roll.
Oh fuck, it's my turn.
I think
20.
perception should probably be more
I
to
got plus
I
8
didn't
for
mean to have advantage.
yeah.
It's still the first roll.
Stealth.
18,
Okay.
20, 21.
What you got, Mike?
If you want to roll for me, that's because my internet's kind of being shitty right now.
Does anyone have anything they need to do tomorrow and be awake for?
Yeah,
What
that's
do you
fair.
I feel like that's a question. Like, how late can we go?
I'm down to go as late as y'all want.
Me and Dis are always up at this time anyway.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what we can find in this place. So I'm up to go. But...
This is like 2 a.m. middle of the day for me, so
I'm up at this time too, so
my
I
2
gotta
a.m.
work
is
in-
my 2 p.m.
I gotta work
Yeah,
in
it's
6
pretty much the
hours.
Oh fuck.
There's the limiter. Found it.
So the answer is we're on your time. Whenever you
Yeah.
want to leave, buddy. Don't let
Yeah.
us keep you.
We've had quite a long session, so if you need to call it now, don't be afraid to
I'll
call
go
it
for a
now.
little bit longer.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then you need a d20 roll.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Lord knows I'm just gonna come home from work, go to bed, wake up,
Hmm.
play with Barry after D&D's over.
Heck yeah.
don't like this.
3. All right.
That's quite the roll.
All right.
Yeah, so
Oh,
great.
dear.
So, what you see here, about a mile of traversing more city, the buildings start looking more scientifical,
Oh,
like research and experimental chambers, uh, development, stuff like that.
Were we told what the launch station
Oh.
was?
I feel like maybe
No.
we should be writing on the map.
Yeah, if you want to, that is an
Like for
option.
this particular map, we know military, roughly. We know there's science facilities up here.
That's true, I guess. Yeah, it does as much as you're going to play anti-drawing. Good.
Well, I mean, this is a practical
Yeah, no,
reason to be doing it.
when it's for trolling and general
I guess that's
parade,
fair.
If we're just
no, but
drawing dicks on the map, then no. But if we're drawing actual useful notes, then
exactly.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not against that
This
at
is
all.
You want to outline the military
Okay, no,
district
dos,
again?
though. Hmm.
It'll probably change from the last time I said it, but generally,
fine.
like, generally like right here.
Okay. I'm gonna just frame that then in some
Yeah,
red.
just sketch around that, and then we can put military.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it in different colors than the like security checkpoints and
Oh yeah, no,
the
I
labels.
was not planning on doing anything like that.
Oh, maybe
That
not.
lets it
Maybe
back
not
to
green. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
Oh, you couldn't see it until I finished, could you?
No, I
All right. Yeah, I couldn't even.
Okay, I will also put text there.
Red is a good color.
Yeah.
That's why I use it. It's very obvious.
And then science-y, well, you haven't seen the extent of it, but for sake of brevity, is essentially
You see that? Military.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let me move it off the water so it's
the science area is literally all of that.
okay. Give me what I want done, and sometimes it choose a color that isn't being used. Oh wait, hold up. Wrong. It didn't accept my color change. Fuck you, you piece of shit.
Fuck.
No.
For some reason, it's not letting me hold shift to like keep my thing in place. That's annoying.
Yeah, I don't know.
Uh,
I will be quicker on this next draw, so won't need it for very long.
something like that.
Alright, you should be good there. So it's just bordering the city. Right.
And parliamentary.
Color. What is just green is not the best cycling option. We use White would work. Fuck damn it. Just let my color change, you bastard. White. Oh. I think I remember what it was. It avoided the Omega Street, right?
Mm-hmm.
But kept all the buildings. Oh. No, slightly different. I don't want to say. Okay. I'm slightly off, but it's fine. I can fix. Or not, because this thing's stupid.
How do you erase lines?
I click on the thing, and it deletes.
All right. There you go.
There we go. More accurate.
So that's what you've seen so far.
All right, cool.
But yes, very accurate drawing dicks. Please don't. But something with a clear purpose, I don't mind at all.
No.
All right, this is helpful.
Can everyone see my drawings?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pink,
Yeah.
red, white, science, military, political.
All right, cool.
This will be good for 2 weeks from now when we've forgotten half of this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So, where are you headed?
Currently, I think we're still headed towards the science. Trying to explore what we can.
All right. Just denote the path you take to get where you're going.
Do we have control of the party token?
Yep.
Oh. Thank you.
Someone's still on their color thing.
Yep.
Who's green? Ah, damn it.
Everybody should have control
Yeah.
of it. Okay. There you go.
Yes, I seem to.
All right.
Yeah.
Feel free to
Be
move
careful
it.
about moving it.
The path you take.
So, do we want to explore a little bit more first, or more focused on reaching towards the archives first?
Armory?
Armory. That was armory.
Yeah, I think that's probably... I mean, dipping in buildings a little bit on the way.
Yeah. So we can go explore some of this neighborhood.
You know, rifle through the drawers of the most important-looking offices in the science district.
Yeah. And then continue along our path. Thank you for your epic music.
One of those things found us. We're all dead.
TPK.
I mean, it could happen.
But yeah, so I guess we go here, explore these buildings.
Yeah, let's start there. But your path looked generally right to me.
All right.
We can look at the X-Gold Safeguard Company on the way.
Yes, we can.
See what the security is like there.
I'm going to keep out an eye out for if there's any security checkpoints that's not turned on at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think we'll want to turn them. We'll want to change as little as possible
No,
because something will become aware that somebody is in here if we change too much.
no,
So
I just want to know where they are, not actually turning them on.
there's one right here as you kind of peek and see ahead.
Right. Do you want to make it a different color so
yeah.
we can tell it's
Yeah.
off?
Let me find one real quick.
Honestly, for that, you could do like bright green, like right next to the blue spots you use.
Purple's not very bright.
The neon green. Yeah.
That's fine. Or maybe even green for the ones that are on, red for the ones that aren't.
Well, green means we can pass through it.
Okay, sure.
Oh shit, my Roll20 just refreshed. Thanks, Roll20 for that. That was super useful. Yeah, I moved the party token. Oh, hey. What the fuck? I refresh.
But, so you know the Exalt Safeguard Co. building is the lead scientific headquarters. As well as the ones that Aragorn Dowd was the head experiments, like in charge of mutations and development. And Timolt Kyburn on the magical side of that. Genetic modification was Aragorn Dowd, though.
Is one more like material science and the other more like magical science?
Yes.
And they made some really amazing stuff.
Yep. But the general populace of the space is research stations that facilitate this, as well as housing for the more scientific community of Kyseri. God damn it, Siri, not you. Every time I say it. But, a lot of resources poured into the overall goal of Kyseri. Killing the gods is a lot of what the paperwork you find with comprehend language being ritually casted here and there.
Right.
But also potions, regenerative research, healing research, like, medicinal.
Oh, we really need to go through this bit when we've got Anthony around, because this, oh my gosh.
We can always grab it and
There's magical devices.
Would we have any idea what any of them do?
Used to make this is the research notes on them. It's not the physical objects themselves.
Oh, okay.
But one of them is called Hover Disk. It functions mostly like movement-wise, like a drift globe. Doesn't alight, but it's essentially a tensor's floating disk meant to hold weight and carry items at someone's convenience. Generally, quality of life type research. Blood scanner, which detects poisons, diseases, infections, and curses within the bloodstream. It mentions the Exalt Safeguard Lab, where the fusion of traits takes place. It doesn't elaborate much beyond that, just the fusion of traits of two separate beings merged into one. It mentions a few of the key figures in charge of such research. Azorus Halis, apparently a drow woman, you gather. She was the mastermind behind the potion making and development of Kyseri. Also a physician by trade, and studier of the vast differences of humanoid anatomy and effects on the body, like magical effects or otherwise.
Azorius, what now?
Azorus Halis.
Such an easy name.
Here, I will copy paste for you from my notes.
Thank you.
Aria Prudage, which was a wood elf, and she was more of a jack of all trades of the Exalt Safeguard company. She would often help Azurus with potions, but she would also help with animating statues around the city for defense. She would care for the experiments needs once completed, if required. She was also in charge of teams that kidnapped the monsters they needed to take traits from.
Right. Can I get that too?
Yep. There was a part in there that I had to leave out, so I had to...
That's fine. I figured there would be.
I had to copy-paste around it. But there you go.
We don't have complete notes on them. Yes, however, that was.
Typhos Storm, a Simic hybrid.
What a name.
He was in charge of forming and shaping the experiments, genetically. He worked with Azurus to develop traits in them that were desirable. And he was the mastermind behind fusing multiple traits of creatures together to produce these experimental monsters. He was also obsessed with applying that to himself, eventually. And that was kind of like an editor's note you would have found of whoever individual wrote these dossiers, essentially. Phineas Fletcher, a high elf. He was the enchanter of Kyseri. He worked closely with a man named Darren, who is mentioned later, to enchant weapons that Darren created. Midas Kriege, a Shadar Kai male, who was in charge of the Alabaster Refinery and the production of various constructs for Kyseri, as well as the main mastermind of the Alabaster Dome that protects the city. Works with Arya to shape the constructs and to maintain the mining of Alabaster.
Would that alabaster being presumably white be related to the white material?
Yes,
The white metal we've been seeing everywhere?
The white gold metal, yes.
We could probably
That is
do
confirmed
some
for
of
you.
it for ourselves. It might be at the refinery.
Yeah, the Alabaster Refinery is on your map right there.
Yeah. I was like, I did see that, and I'm like, that I'm guaranteed that's some material if we're looking for it.
Darren Bales, which was mentioned previously with Phineas Fletcher. Human. Darren was in charge of developing the weaponry of Kyseri scientifically. It mentions arcane cannons, arcane security cannons, security chest plates, and the general armaments of the city. Phineas worked with Darren to further enchant. So those are the kind of dossiers you see, but there's also mention of different potions and their effects.
Any examples here?
This was the development stage of what they were intended to do, not the finished product, you gather.
Okay, so these are testers.
Make it have side effects.
Damn, we really do. This would be Anthony's little area of expertise, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We really need to get him in here. This is a bit of the city that is like his.
He would happily stay here if it weren't crawling with monsters.
So there's a maroon red coloration potion that I'm giving you the effects in terms of like stat block wise, so bear that in mind as I describe. But these maroon red potions heal you for 40 hit points each, but you cannot heal again by any means until you finish a long rest. This was a side effect that was unintended, but they had not found a way to get around it as of this research. If you receive magical healing at any point before a long rest, you suffer from potion miscibility. It does not go on to elaborate. There's also potions of healing that would allow you to spend a hit die, but sometimes the hit die would cause you damage instead of healing you further on a unknown percentage-based scale. So a D100 roll.
We don't know what level is safe and what level is bad.
Right. Dark green potion tastes like sweltering swamp water, but is also very warming to the body. You grow in size to be one size larger and have advantage on strength checks and saving throws, but you gain 4 points of exhaustion when the effects wear off. But for 10 minutes, your strength and constitution scores are increased to 26. Your hit points Your hit points immediately rise to your new hit point maximum according to your new constitution score, and you lose those hit points when the effect ends.
Whoa! Mega tank to mega crap.
Yeah, but like in the moment though.
Yeah, in an emergency situation, very, very well.
Potions of a lighter shade of dark green, you gain 2 points of exhaustion, but your strength and constitution scores become 20 for 1 minute instead of 26 for 10 minutes. And only 2 points of exhaustion instead of 4.
Okay.
More manageable.
You did just call something light dark green, but sure.
A lighter shade than... So they're the same potion, but it's a lighter shade of dark green than the
It's
other.
just diluted.
Essentially.
Look, I'll be glad to have those exhaustion points when the spell.
Wait. The dark green one, the first one. How many stages of exhaustion?
4.
4.
Oh, okay.
4 for 26 in both strength and con, and you get all the benefits of that, including growing one size larger and getting hit point maximum increase. The smaller ones, you get the hit points, but don't grow a size larger, but it's only 2 points of exhaustion.
Yep.
And it was for strength and con.
Yep. A sweltering crimson potion that double any healing you receive for the next 10 minutes. After the effect ends, though, you cannot be healed by any means until you finish a long rest. If you receive magical healing afterwards, you must pass a DC 20 con save or take 2d10 force damage. A mixture of swirling red and green that grants you magic resistance for 1 hour. When you would take damage from a spell or magical effect, you have advantage on the saving throw, and you have resistance to the damage dealt.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what's swirled red and green?
Grants you magic resistance for 1 hour, so you get advantage on saving throws against spells and magical effects, but you also take half damage from spells and magical effects.
Look,
Any
those last,
downside to that one?
Not listed.
So
those
either
last
A,
three-
unknown, or
It,
actually,
it does say further results unknown after that.
please note that. Since I'm assuming Viridian, you're noting all these.
look, those last 3 potions still sound good to me. At least to me, at least.
A,
I
trans-
mean, they all have their uses.
a translucent, invisible liquid that grants you displacement for 1 minute. Attack rolls against you have disadvantage for that time, and once on each of your turns you can flitter step, which lets you teleport to an unoccupied space you can see within 30 feet of you. If you would make an attack immediately after teleporting, you have advantage on the roll.
Oh,
So essentially, a Misty Step plus.
Yep. A diamond skin potion, which is pure, like, white paste-like potion. For 10 minutes, your armor class becomes 20, and you can use a bonus action to meld into stone on each of your turns until while the effect lasts. You can spend half of your movement to exit the stone. Further results unknown. 2 baby blue liquid. These grant you a flying speed of 120 feet for 1 minute and resistance to cold, acid, necrotic, and radiant damage. At the end of your turn, you descend safely 60 feet per round.
Oh, what are those resistances?
Cold, acid, necrotic, and radiant.
And it was once the potion wears off, what happens?
Oh, I'm reading 2 different potions, sorry. Cold, lightning, thunder for that one. Radiant and necrotic is a different one. Acid, radiant, necrotic is a different one.
Probably
That
the one
sounds
you're going to
good.
read next.
2 are lime green potion that turns
What
you.
was the down?
What
was the
at
downside to the
At
fall?
the end of each of your turns, you descend 60 feet per round, but safely. So you fly
Okay.
120 feet
And
speed,
fall 60.
but it does force
Not
you
enough
to move.
to take damage. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a safe descent, so you're not taking damage no matter what from that. From the effects of the potion.
Very light downside compared to the rest.
It goes on to say, kinks unknown, unsure why you lose the speed. But much faster and much more resilient to the elements than a normal potion of flying.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that one has no obvious downsides.
Yeah,
Yeah, just the descending 60 feet at the end of your turn, but that's not that bad, really.
Even
If you have
the
120 movement, you can cover that twice over.
Mm-hmm.
That's still pretty good.
we were trying to find. I think we were trying to find a way for Mike to move faster.
True.
So,
But
the next
honestly,
one,
I think you need to be faster.
a lime green potion that turns you into a scintillating ooze, but without the shed oozling trait. When transformed, the creature is mindless and runs rampant, attacking anything in sight, and has resistance to acid, necrotic, and radiant damage.
Huh. Okay.
And to note, it says irreversible.
Error.
Oh!
It makes them uncontrollable as well.
Yes, mindless creature running rampant, attacking anything in sight. It says irreversible by normal methods, I'll say.
So a wish spell.
Would probably do it. And that is the extent of the potions.
Let's grab them all. Whether we'll actually use them all.
You have
All right.
another thing that's called a memory disk. Essentially lets you record a 3D image of real life, essentially, like a holograph. That's essentially what it explains. Kind of like what you guys saw in the recording displays as a projection in Murden's Tower.
And we can change it at will, but only one image at a time? Or
There's a certain storage space.
can we delete some to free up storage space? Or is it...
You can, yes.
Okay.
Essentially,
Oh my gosh,
this is...
3D digital camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the question, is like, do we have limited uses of this, or is it just limited at a time?
They project from the memory disk when you press the play button. And you have up to 6 memories stored, each of them being no longer than a minute.
Oh, so it can do video too. Shit.
Yeah.
What's the camera?
They denote a couple of interesting things. The Exart Safeguard Co. produced cryo chambers to freeze people,
Oh.
and as well as their experiments.
Successful or unsuccessful?
Successful.
Where are those located?
There is also what's called a rejuvenation chamber. And those notes are torn away on the next page. It literally has the title, the development of a rejuvenation chamber. The next page is ripped out of the journal that you found this in. And the next page after that is Exalt Safeguard Human Experiments Facility. And that page is ripped out as well.
Bit of a controversial topic, it seems.
Exalt Safeguard Co. Research and Development Chamber, where they produced magical plants and synthesized their potions. It mentions a new plant that they had genetically grown called sarin root. It was in the development stages, according to this journal, though. So unfinished.
Yeah, but who knows how recent this journal was.
True. And how privy this person was to the undergoings.
Yeah, if they had low clearance, they may not know of things that happen until it's already well over and done with.
Yeah, these things are essentially were the public knowledge from the different scientists on, the grunt level.
I'm on page 4.
You are a trooper, buddy.
Thank you, good sir.
Thanks for doing that, by the way.
That was like my only other option, because I had not been tracking it in the beginning. I was like, I'd given up already, and was like, I'll just go back and watch the video later.
I feel bad because of how much information I pour into my world, but
no, it's all very interesting. It's just a lot.
It is.
Yeah.
Honestly, you should probably invest in, if you want to note down everything you can, in speech to text. Shit, that way you can just copy and paste your own shit when you're hearing it.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's what you learn from rummaging through a lot of the scientifical buildings. It's about that time you hear an ominous sound from outside the current place you are in.
Is it?
Someone with good stealth want to
Doesn't
peek
sound
at what
how-
that was.
It's like singing. Like a low, gentle, but high-pitched woman almost. But shrewder, more violent in its tone.
Real quick, were we told what kind of noise the things we were supposed to avoid are made?
Just that they glow, and their appearance.
Nope. Okay.
Yeah, I feel
we
like
may
this
wanna
might
look
be
at
one of
that.
those.
Yeah.
I will, I guess, best practice, go to the center of the building, farthest away from any walls, so we're as far away from wherever it is.
Where
As-
where on the map?
As you
Oh.
peek out the window in the square from the building that
Mm.
you are in, you see one of them hovering.
From the wall.
It is in this square.
We were told it was like 120 feet.
Yes.
Was where I can sense magic. How far is it from us now?
That's about right.
Run is all we've got.
Run or hide.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like it noticed you, just it came into this area and claimed this space.
Yep. Don't cast spells. Don't do any of that.
For the moment, and I'll go ahead and end the session there.
Why?
I want Mr. KuZii here to get some sleep.
Sure.
And depending on what happens next, this might be another combat that, who knows?
He just wants more people to die. Is what he wants.
Well,
might-
I have some theories about these things, and
It-
when you described that hit all of my theories, so I was like, ah, shit.
Well, I'd love to hear them.
Yeah. I will wait for him.
Yep, that's a quickly and